What is up? What is up? Grace and peace, a grand rising. Okay, so we're doing Taurus today, my other favorite sign. Uh, what did we do last time? What was last time? Anyway, my other favorite sign. So Taurus is we'll talk about modalities. We'll talk about the aspects of where these signs are, why I do the signs and elements, and why I break it down to your sun, moon. While in the building, your sun, your moon, your Venus, and your rising, because those are the four major, or three major, depending on who's doing your reading. By the way, I'm still doing private personal readings, so if you are interested, I have availability tomorrow. What's today? Thursday. Tomorrow. I thought I could do it today, but tomorrow up until the end of May. So after that, I'm going to be shutting down the calendar for personal readings, and then I may pick up back again in the fall season. So, if you're interested in getting a personal reading, you can go to my website. It is on the about section in my page, or you can go to my Instagram. It's _spiritual, not _spiritual alchemist anymore, but it is _premieres. All right, I think my beauty queen's in the building. Raz girl. Yes, every week. Well, almost every week. Not I'm not doing it the week of. So that 15th and the 16th. The 16th I'm doing it. The 15th I'm not. The 15th is my son's birthday. Taurus season in the building. My Lotus is here. Grand Rising, my Lotus. Yes. So again, I'll be doing those personal readings. And you can go to the about section here on YouTube. So we're going to break down really quickly why I choose to read for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus is because you're not just your sun sign. So, and those of you, I put it in the description, those that are wanting to know what their moon sign is, wanting to know what their rising, Venus, etc., you can go to astrologycafe.com. I have no affiliation with them, but you can go there. And you will need to know the time that you were born and the city that you were born. Now, however, if you don't know the city that you were born in, the time, if you don't know the time that you were born in, you could just put in the generic 12 p.m. and that will kind of give you more or less your chart. It may be off on the moon. And that's what I noticed. It may be off on the moon. And so your moon is your emotions. It's the private side that people don't get to see. Revolutions in the building. Salute. Gotcha. Later date. Let me see. Hold on, Wally. Let me go onto my calendar really quickly. Hold on, guys. So not the 30th, not May 30th. I'm gonna have to go into my calendar and fix it, but not May 30th. The May 29th will be the last day that I'm doing personal readings, and that's a Thursday. And I start from pretty much like 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time up until about 5, I think. So I have a lot of sections. Every hour is the reading. It takes roughly about 45 minutes. It doesn't really take an hour, but I like to talk, and I like to talk. So yeah, the 29th is the last day. May 29th is the last day for the readings. All right. So let's go back again really quickly as to why, as a reader, Most readers do this for your sun, moon, your Venus, and your rising, because your sun sign is you encompassing, right? It's the ego. But you're not just your sun sign. So you're not just a Taurus, you're not just a Sagittarius, you're not just an Aquarius. You are also the moon, the sign that showed up in when you were born, what the moon phase was and what sign was in that moon, right? Also, let me turn this phone because it never fails. People want to start texting and no. Your rising is also the sign that was coming over the horizon when you were born, right? So the sun, as that sign was coming over the horizon, that's what your sun sign is. Your rising sign is, and your Venus. So the rising sign has to do with your kind of like the mask that you wear to the public and the traits of that sign's qualities. So whatever you're presenting, say you are like, I'm an Aquarius rising. So I may seem kind of aloof or standoffish to the outside appearance. And just kind of like in my own little space, right? So that's kind of like an Aquarius, one of the Aquariuses, or a couple of Aquarius qualities, right? Your Venus has to do with love for self, love for others, relationships, and has to do with money. Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and it also rules money. So Tauruses, from what I'm reading in numerology, they are lucky with getting money. And it could be like a windfall in lottery. It could be, a job perspective, an increase in salary. Hopefully they're not doing it legally, but nonetheless, they'll still get it. And so, so that's that in a nutshell. Again, you can go to astrologycafe.com to see where your all these alignments kick in, because, the reading may not make sense for, like, say, Taurus, right? But say you have a Pisces moon, and I'm reading for the Pisces right now. Like, not right now. I'm going to do it for Taurus because it's their birthday. But so say, for instance, you have a Pisces moon. So the reading, when I do Pisces, that make more sense for you. So, and also if I'm doing, let's say Capricorn, and I'm reading the Venus, your Taurus or your moon sign, your sun sign and your moon sign might not make sense. And the Venus might make more sense to you, but you take all of those messages together and you apply it to the one greater message, and that could start to make sense for you. You got it? Instead of just your sun sign. Because we were always taught, you were born on July 19th, you're a Cancer. Actually, I'm a cusp, what they call a cusper, because I'm like right between the end of Cancer and going into the beginning of Leo season. So I have a lot more Leo attributes than I do Cancer. Like Cancer, I have the nurturing side to me. I'm, caring and things of that nature. But like the Leo is that fierceness, is the sun. So let's go into the aspects really quickly. Aspects of these elements, of these signs. So for instance, Taurus, we're going to do earth elements first. We're going to do air after that, water, and then the last is going to be fire signs. I do that according to the Gregorian calendar, as whose birthday is coming up next in the calendar. So Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and then Leo. Taurus is a fixed sign. So meaning Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leos are all fixed signs. And fixed means that in your chart, the energy, the way you move with this energy is kind of like, it could be stagnant, it could be stubborn, slow to move on certain things, like you really have to think about these things first before you make this move. And sometimes if you have a lot of fixed energy in your chart, like me, you really are going to take your time with whatever, anything, everything, getting dressed. You don't like to be rushed. It's on your time. That's a fixed energy, especially Tauruses. They don't like to be rushed. Listen, my time. And if you start rushing me, I'm going to go even slower. Okay. You're going to be mad. Virgo is another earth sign, and Virgo is a mutable sign. So Virgos, Geminis, Pisces, and Sagittarius are mutable signs. And that energy is it fluctuates. So it can go either left or right. Um, they sway however they feel. They're not like a fix where they gotta sit with it. They'll move. They will move eventually. And so mutable signs, they can, again, like I said, just fluctuate. And then the cardinal signs. So that would be Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, and Aries. And cardinal signs are the leaders. They move, shake and move. They're the shakers and the movers. They plow through things. They make things happen. They are natural born leaders. They can be a little stubborn as well. So you could see like a fixed kind of energy with them because they really move to their own, beat. That they can kind of be a little stubborn. And Cancer and Taurus would be, and Capricorn would fit that kind of, maybe Aries, but those three would kind of fit that narrative of being stubborn. All right. So I think that's it in regards to explaining what entails with the readings. I'll show you some of the crystals that I'm using. They're my old crystals. There's nothing new, but I do have two new decks. And thank you to my Miss Sharon. She's the blessing. She's Taurus. I was able to buy a new deck, and she gave me a little donation, so I was able to buy a new deck. And let me show you guys this really quickly. It is so, amazing. And this really, really breaks down the birthday dates. Look at this, guys. Thank you, Miss Sharon. This is what you got. This is what I got. Thank you for your beautiful donation, contribution to the channel. My Pink is in the building, my sister. So yeah, this is awesome because this breaks down the day, not just the sign, but the day and what it means. So like I said, like I'm July 19th, and that breaks down the 1 and the 9 in the chart. And 19 is considered and it breaks down to 10, which breaks down to 1. So when you're doing numerology, really quickly, guys, when you're doing numerology and you want to find out what your life path number is, again, I did say that I'm going to do a live with just talking about like numerology and other aspects, auras, crystals, and things of that nature. But so 19 breaks down to 10, which breaks down to 1, and that's the beginning. It's the alpha and the omega is what I was reading. So everything starts and ends with me. I'm in this constantly perpetual living and dying, living and dying, living and dying. And it makes sense because there's a lot of things that have happened since I was a child that it's just like things would just end. And it's just like so devastating. It kind of feels like a death. And then I have literal death. And then things just start up anew, and it's like really a fresh, brand new start. So it's interesting to know what your life path is, not just what your zodiac sign is, right? Because the zodiacs, whatever moon is in, like right now we're in Aquarius moon, we're in Aquarius. Smokers Lounge is in the building. Salute, Cardinal Libra. I know about you Libras too. There are So you were planning, I was planning the 30th. This 29th. Yeah, Wally, the 29th. So I might use this little book today, if you want to know the day, on the day that you were born, what are some of the attributes, the strengths, the weaknesses. What did Smoker say? He's a Cardinal Libra. So yeah, I found it very interesting. I really like it. I mean, it's like a textbook because it breaks down everybody's day from Aries first to Pisces the 20th, and like it has every day. And I thought that was so awesome. And I had it sitting in my Amazon for a long, in my Amazon wish list. for a long time. And thank you, Miss Sharon, for your generous donation that I was able to go ahead and buy that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So, like I said, we are in a Aquarius moon right now. So the energy is kind of lightheartedness. It's kind of, Aquarius, the air signs are the thinkers. They're the ponderers. They can, like I said, with Aquarius, they can kind of be like up there, in the clouds, like a Pisces. That they think so much out the box that it's not. They kind of forget or lose sight of thinking inside the box. A Virgo would be the opposite. A Virgo would be the one that thinks so much in the box that it's like, okay, you guys gotta, let's see what else is going on, right? So that's what air is. Earth is, again, like that grounding. It's, it could be this fixed energy where it's just kind of like stuck and immovable at times. But Earth would give you that dependability. It's always going to be there. There's this safety net, if you will. Water is emotional and very intuitive. Not to say that the other signs are not intuitive, but the water is ruled by, especially Cancers, they're ruled by the moon. So they're going to be highly intuitive. They're going to be highly emotional, i.e. Pisces. Like, calm down, Pisces. Cancers are emotional, but they're emotional with anger, I would say. Pisces can get angry as well, but they'll start to get upset and cry. Cancers won't cry. I mean, they may, because they're like, I'm going to kill you and I don't want to do this. And you'll cry because you're angry. It's kind of like the Incredible Hulk, right? And Scorpios kind of can get in between all that. They can, I think they can control their anger a little bit more, or you will never see a Scorpio sweat. You really won't see a Capricorn, a Cancer sweat either. But yeah. And fire energy, fire and water are both purifying elements. So whenever there's fire, there's this passion, there's this desire, there's this quickness. And same thing with air. There is this quickness that happens. There's this, if you see in the chart, in the cards when I show you the tarot, and if there's a sword sign there, it's air sign. So a lot of energy moves really fast when there's air energy there. And then there's this truthfulness that happens as well. So we'll see all that when we get into the cards. Now let's go ahead and kick it with Taurus for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So again, you want to look up to see where all these placements are. You can go to astrologycafe.com. Again, I have no affiliation with them, but that's how I found out about my chart. It's interesting. There's other things in there that you may not understand. That's fine. I'm still learning about my chart because there's other things, like I'm not an astrologer. So disclaimer, I'm not an astrologer. So I won't know, like, what does it mean when Capricorn is trying Pluto in the 5th house and the 10th house. Like, it gets so deep, guys. You got to know the houses, because there's 12 houses and they're each ruled by a certain. I mean, it's deep. It's deep. It's good to probably get maybe a book to help you with navigating, finding out, the chart. But for layman's terms, you just want to know your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Your Mars as well, because the Mars is where passion is as well. It's also sexual. So passion could be for sex, but it also could be for your desire in creativity, your passion for, your job or your career, or, if you're in the arts, the passion for that, right? So we don't want to just make it sexual. I will be doing a romance with your chart, with your cards, and I'll probably do a clarification, if anything. All right, so let's go ahead and kick it with Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what is in your What's your message for your birthday season? What is your message? So I'm using this What's the Tea deck. I had this for a while now, but I've never used it. It's an oracle deck. It's spicy. So hang on to your seats, guys, because it's a little spicy. All right. So Taurus, we have here moving on. Thank you. Next. Ooh, what does that mean? Uninterested, middle of the deck. That's what that means. And spiritual hater, bottom of the deck. Hates on you spiritually, light, magic, and power. So you might have found out that somebody might be, because we're spiritual creatures as well, not just physical. So Taurus, you may be having some inkling of somebody, not only physically hating on you, but they're spiritually hating on you, or you just may not know it and you are under some type of what they call spiritual attack. That's not to, get scared out of your mind and be like, "Ooh, it's not for everybody." It's just to know that, you could have disconnected from family. You could have been disconnected from friends at the moment, disconnected from a lover. And, people will send that little evil eye. They want to know what's going on with Taurus. Why isn't Taurus talking? Because you're doing you. Look, Taurus is out there getting their exercise on. They're living life. They're mentally clearing out the cobs. It's their birthday season. So they don't have time to sit here and, cater to anybody at the moment. If you're uninterested, all right, fine. And Taurus, you could be uninterested in somebody, or family. Like, you're evolving. We always are evolving. We're not going to be the same person. We weren't the same person 2 days ago, as far as like emotions. Again, that's why I was going back. Let me go back really quickly as far as if you're just reading for your sun sign, it's good, but your moon, the moon goes into everybody's sign every 2.5 days. So right now we have Aquarius moon. Well, we're going to feel Aquarius's, strengths and weaknesses, whether you're a Taurus or a Cancer or a Sagittarius, etc. So you're going to feel the makings of Aquarius. All right, so what is this moving on, Taurus? What is this moving on? Yeah, and I just feel like it could be somebody just from the sidelines. Like, it's more, it says spiritual hater, but I feel like it's more like, it could be like an evil eye, but not to harm you, Taurus, but you've pulled back. You've kind of made some moves, or you're making some moves that you're just like, I can't be involved with this type of, there could be gossipy people around you that you're just like, I don't want to be around that right now. You could be going through a spiritual metamorphosis where you're just seeing things differently, and you're just like, I don't want to, that's not me anymore. I don't do the gossipy thing, and that's fine. People don't understand, and that's what it is. People just don't understand when you change and evolve, and it could be a sudden change up, and people are like, just, whoa, what's going on? All right, so middle of the deck, clarifying this, moving on, is the Eight of Pentacles, right? You're working on self right now. You're working on self, and then we have the Ace of Wands here. So closing yourself off. So what is your clarification? The Ace of Cups, right? This is divine intervention. This is spirit. You're moving, you're pouring back into yourself, Taurus, because Taurus always is out there being the strong man for everybody else, like Cancer, like Capricorn. You guys are always putting your heart on your sleeve. Pisces, these are the signs that have Leo, you guys wear your heart on your sleeve, right? And it's like you'll do, but what are you doing for yourself? How are you pulling back this love and this affection towards yourself? So you were probably moved on purpose by Source Most High, because you need to get out of certain environments that are just not good for you. Yeah. And then what is this here? The Six of Wands, also just clarifying, and that has to do with fire. We have strength, and then we have Eight of Wands here. Yeah. The way you communicate with people is just not the same anymore, and that's fine. Again, we have to evolve. The Six of Wands is somebody who's, again, standing on their, doing the most, if you will, right? And who's doing that for you? Who's showing up for you, Taurus? So these are the things you're questioning and you're figuring out, and, I'm just not interested. And that might look for some people like, You know, well, what's going on with Taurus? Well, Taurus is taking the high road right now and just chilling out and getting right within. Um, and that's really it. That's really what I have for you, and that's beautiful. I love the fact that the Ace of Cups showed up for you, because anytime you see an ace here, it's about a new beginning, and it's really a divine new beginning, if you will. And it makes sense that there's a spiritual hater here, because you're being moved in divine order, in divine timing, and Source sees that you need to have this love back for yourself. So this is the time. What perfect time to pull back your energy then on your birthday, right? In your birthday season. So Taurus started the 19th of April. So that's when Taurus season started. So what better time, you know, even if it's just for a couple of weeks. This may not be a permanent thing, but you're doing this just to, yeah, we got ignoring here. Ignoring all the outside noise. You're doing this just to conserve yourself. You know, you're growing spiritually, you're growing emotionally and mentally. So that's what's good. That's what's good for you guys, and it may not be for others. Oh well. Let's see what's going on in the love department then. Let's move on to your love department, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. 2 and 2's in the building. Salute, salute. My law student is here. Pretty G. All right, guys. Yeah, we just started, and we're doing Taurus. A redaction? What is that? What does that mean? Yeah, using your discernment. That's all, Taurus. You just use your discernment. You know, I mean, you can't pull away from all family and friends and stuff like that, but you know, you know what to do, Taurus. And some people just don't like that, but oh well. All right, so let's see what's going on in the love department. So this could be about a specific, yeah, we got separation here in reverse. See? The Taurus, you just need that time. And then we have physical touch, middle of the deck. And then reaching out, bottom of the deck. So it's like, I'll come to you on my own time. I'll come to terms with you on my own time. Let me be. Let me go through. You know, people, whenever Taurus shows up and turns up, there's this light that you bring, Taurus. There's this shine. And when you dim that light for, you know, for yourself, and you pull back that energy, people are just like, whoa, what happened to Taurus? Like, they miss you. They miss the energy that you bring. They miss the light that you bring. And, you know, it's like, listen, you got to be selfish sometimes, especially now. What better time to be selfish than on your birthday? And if people don't understand that, then, oh, well, there's but so much talking you're going to do, Taurus. It's like, listen, read the room, you know, read the room. What else? Separation here. You know, there's a temporary separation if it has to do with a lover. But you could just be like, listen, just, you know, little break time, letting people know, listen, break time. All right. Mask, we got true feelings, hiding true feelings, pretending, gaslighting, not pretending, Taurus. Like, stand in your truth. If you really need to tell people some things, stand in your truth. Listen, I really need to have a break. I really need to do this. And because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you'll kind of cave in a little bit. But no, we got engagement here, middle of the deck, partnership, completion. You know, this is a temporary thing. And then we got the runner, right? Fear from intimacy, running away. And it's not so much that you're running away. You're just like, listen, I just need some time for myself. That's all. So, you know, like I said, because you have this light, they won't understand it. Oh, wow. All right. So, Taurus, that is your message. That's what I have for you. So hopefully that makes some sense for you. Have a blessed and wonderful birthday season. Don't let anybody ruffle your feathers, because then you have to go back to this message like, yeah, Foxy said. All right, so that was Taurus. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead on to Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You're welcome, beauty queen. So, oh, reaction. I got a reaction video. Oh, thank you. I'm so lost with the technology stuff. Like, I try to catch up with these things. I don't get it sometimes. But thank you. All right. So let's see. Virgo. Yes, Virgo. My mama. Shout out to my mama. She called me. When was it the last time we had our reading? She's like, I caught you live. I got your message just when you were talking about me. I was like, but it's all good, right, Ma? She's like, yeah, everything you're saying is on point. I'm like, I'm not going to disrespect you like that. Okay. So, Virgo, let's kick you in. Yeah, Virgo. Yes, Virgo. Let's do it really quickly. So, what do we have here for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? All right. So, we got drama starter, Virgo. Yes. And, you like to be on the stage. Virgos are the mutable sign, like Pisces, they're the sister sign. But Virgo is a very artsy type person. And you think, two people, Michael Jackson and Beyonce, right? That's that show there. So in the middle of the deck, we got Into You. And bottom of the deck is Scarcity Tactics. So Virgo, you may be plotting and planning. Virgos are very they pay attention to detail. So you could be paying attention to someone that you might be interested in, or there's somebody interested in with you, or there's this interest in picking up, because for some of you may not be doing your what it is that you like to do. You're just doing what you have to do. And for some, you will probably be going back into things that you like to do. So having this passion, great vibes and things of that nature. You just probably are just planning some stuff right now. Let's clarify a little bit. What's this drama starter? Somebody could be drama starting with you, or kind of like what Taurus was just going through. Like somebody's kind of hating on the sidelines. But I don't really pick. I get more so that you want to start something back up. Look, your sister sign just showed up. All right, so we got the King of Cups clarifying this drama starter. So it could be a Pisces that's drama starting with you, that's causing some ruckus. They don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to. Sometimes, because Pisces, like, they can be like, they're very shy in the beginning of like courting. Like they'll come off very kind of like intimate, and shy and reserved. But once they start liking somebody, it's like their emotions, if they're not emotionally mature, they can say stuff that is just like, what are you trying to say? And Virgo and Pisces, you are sister signs to each other. So like you'll get it, but then like Pisces could be a little, both of you guys could be quick with your mouth, but you take it how it is. You got middle of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse. So that's Earth energy, and bottom of the deck is Justice. So there could be, with this drama starting, you too could be breaking away from some people or a person, water sign. This is somebody that is emotionally mature, Virgo, but I feel like they can sometimes, with the water ruffling around there and moving around rapidly, I feel like sometimes they can come off harsh and say certain things, and that can start like this drama. Because Pisces, listen, y'all know I love me some Pisces. The Pisces men irk my last nerve. And then I have a Pisces daughter who's getting there to start. And they can say some things that you're just like, wow, really? So, and you wouldn't expect it because, like I said, Pisces comes off very unassuming with everything. And once they get comfortable, they just start saying certain things and acting out a certain way. And just like, what? So, yeah, this was what could be going on. And you could be, looking for just a way out, maybe divorce or separate, you two in the separation. Yeah, moving away from this person, it's like just because Pisces, I'm sorry, Pisces. I don't mean to spill your beans like that, but they can be a little toxic. That's their sign. That's their attribute. They can be toxic. They can be addicted to whatever, whether it's gambling, sex, drugs, alcohol, right? So this could be somebody who is dabbling in some alcohol. So that's what I'm saying. Like when they're not drinking, they're cool as a summer breeze, right? But when they start with the drinking, now he's all laid out, he's laid back, he's saying a little she, could be he or she, don't get caught up in the gender, just kicking back and saying some things, got a little liquor in them, got a little bit of bud, whatever it is that's floating their boat. And Virgo is like, what did you just say? You got me twisted, and you can match each other's fly, but it gets exhausting, it gets tiring. And Virgo, you're an earth sign, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio are water signs. So it kind of, you do work together, but again, you are sister signs. So it's kind of just like dealing with your mirror self. And then clarifying, this is the 8 of Pentacles. So, if you want to work together with this person, you're going to have to let them know, what they say is bothering you. It's agitating you. You're not for it right now. You don't want to hear it. You're tired of it. And you need to just let them know, especially with that 8 of Pentacles. And that's you showing up, because Pentacles is earth energy. So, maybe just kind of like Taurus, pulling back and doing for yourself. Yeah, we got time. Your romance, moving on to romance, it's time for recognition here. Twin flame, twin flame, recognition in reverse. This soul that mirrors you. Yeah, so it could be a Pisces. Middle of the deck is work, romance. Somebody at work. And then we got bottom of the deck, quality time. Messy, but okay. Messy. That's what I was just kept saying. That's your sister sign, Virgo. So you could definitely be dealing with a Pisces, but again, it's water, so it could be a Cancer or a Scorpio. But I get more so Pisces because we got twin flame here in reverse. Yeah, it's the mirror image. So I don't know. Maybe you started something, Pisces will finish, or Pisces started something, you're finishing it, right? Or here's at the workplace. Maybe you have your partner that's a Pisces sign or a water sign, and where one starts, you see this little boy here, he's about to get his work. So one starts, the little girl is finishing it, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be romance, but it can be. The closer you are, like you say, oh, that's my work husband, or that's my work wife. But this work wife husband can be getting on your nerves. So, yeah. So clarifying all this, the romance, twin flame is hammer, sabotage, working on it, right? Repairing. And then we got heartbroken, middle of the deck. And bottom of the deck is mirror again. All right. So mirror, this has to be a Pisces, a Virgo. This has to be a Pisces. There's too much synchronicity here going on. Right. So you could be working together as well, or just working to rebuild your relationship up. Not necessarily working together, but we did see office romance here, work romance. But bottom of the deck is that quality time. So letting your person know, Virgo, like, listen, in order for us to do this and work together, every time they say something crazy, you just got to remind them. I mean, you don't have to remind them, and you shouldn't have to remind them all the time. Like, eventually they should catch on. But like I said, this water energy here, they fluctuate. They're mutable signs, so they can go either way. And you kind of, it's like you kind of got to remind them, because they're like space cadets sometimes. They're just out of their head. They might as well be like an Aquarius. They're just out of their head most of the time. And then when they're in a relationship, they get so like rose colored lenses. They just la la la, and they don't realize until you start putting them in their place. Listen, and that might ruffle their feathers, because they don't really mean to be malicious. It's just that if they're being controlled by a substance, they don't understand that they are being malicious, right? So just talking to them, Virgo, working together, working on this relationship is the key during this time, while we're in Taurus season. Okay. All right. So that is your message. That's what I have for you, Taurus. Let's move on to that's what I'm missing is my little cards. Hold on a second. That's what I'm missing. Dash what I'm missing is my little cards to let me know. All right, next sign up is going to be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I was wondering why am I missing a deck of cards? And this deck, my Lotus had got me a couple of years back, the Astro star codes, but they have the signs in here. So I was like, wait a minute, why something's off? I'm missing something. All right. So let me do this really quickly. Okay. So what do we have? We had Virgo. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. And then we did Earth, right? So we're going to be doing Capricorn. Where is Taurus? Okay. Yeah, man. Confuciousness. I confuse myself. We don't like that. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then Leo. Okay, perfect. Let's continue. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, there are the last of the earth signs, not the last of the earth signs on the calendar or in the zodiac scale, but they are the last of my earth signs as we're moving into, going through the Gregorian calendar. Okay. So let's see what's going on for Capricorn. Let's see, Capricorn. What do we have? And Capricorn is the cardinal of the earth signs. So they're the goats, the leaders. You guys, shake and move, as cardinals. You're definitely doing a lot of shaking and moving. Money-wise, you guys, like Taurus, you have no problems with getting money. Ruled by Saturn. So that's that father figure. Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. So there's that power. Could be power structure. Could be, what's the word that I'm looking for? Power struggles. All right. Could be abusive power, as your card just showed up, fake accounts. All right. Middle of the deck. So your card, Capricorn, is fake accounts. Capricorn is doing some kind of eye spying. Yeah. Accounts to spy on somebody, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Capricorn, what? Middle of the deck is wolf in sheep's clothing. And bottom of the deck is into you. So somebody is into you, but they are doing the most in regards to, instead of like talking to you, like they're making up false fake accounts and stuff just to watch you. This could be an ex. All right. We've got wolf in sheep's clothing here, the middle of the deck. Yeah, and moving. So moving on from this person. and they so either they like you, but they don't, what do they call that? Monitoring spirits. So this is somebody that just likes to watch you. I don't think they may be into you, but I don't know, because bottom of the deck and the middle of the deck is very conflicting. Yeah, we got stalker underneath this. So again, not that I don't see anything harmful, but they may be looking at you like you are a wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't know. I'm just we're going to clarify. But I get, because of this good vibes, and then we got positive here, good chemistry. That's why I'm saying I don't think this person means any harm, Capricorn, but it's just weird, because why do you have to make up a fake account? Like, I get that people do that sometimes, especially like if there's, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't do that. Like, if I like you, it's on Instagram, whether it be friends or family. Like right now, like I said, my Instagram, I have my business Instagram, which is Foxy Moon Premieres. And then I had my personal one, and Instagram took it away because some little biatch of a man went and complained to Instagram about something I said. And I was just like, what? And so that I had that for like a good 11 years, and I had about 7,000 posts in there. I mean, it was just, I was kind of like, right. And friends and family was there, but now I'm just like, okay, you know what? Clean slate. Maybe there was a reason why. I mean, I look at it more in hindsight. Like, there's some people that I didn't want to have access to me in that department, and it is what it is. So, but I mean, to make up a fake account just to follow you and to spy on you, Capricorn, that's just wild. I hope that's not you, Capricorn, doing that, because you guys, I don't know what you guys can be a little stalkerish. Oh yes, you guys can be a little stalkerish, and you guys can be, and when I say guys, I mean guys and girls. You can be a little assertive. So somebody might have blocked you, and you peeping, Capricorn, what? You're peeping other people by making a false account because you're into them? I don't know what's going on here, Capricorn. We're going to keep it pushing. Let's clarify, because that's Capricorn, right? Okay, see, Pink's giving me confirmation, because I'm like, you're welcome, pretty D. So, yeah, man. Hold on, what does that mean? Because I don't know. I'm just getting weird vibes. Like, what are you doing, Capricorn? Is that you making up false just to spy on somebody? I can see that. I can definitely see that happening with you, Capricorn. Ugh. Here I am trying to vouch for you. So the Sun card clarifying this. What is this? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, bottom of the deck. Leo energy here. I don't understand. I'm getting conflicting messages here. One is, this is you, or two is somebody else that is doing that to you, Capricorn. The Sun card has to do with, like, like the star of the show. It's a very good sign when the sun card comes up. It's a positive. That's what I'm saying. This with the into you, it's a positive message, but it's like, damn, you gotta create a fake profile just to see what I'm doing, just to like me, or because you like me so much. And that's just, listen, I can't. I'm tongue tied. I don't understand, because if you like somebody, just go on their account, like their stuff, or don't like it. But like I said, there's monitoring spirits that just like to just watch your shit. They don't even like it. They don't even comment on your stuff. They just watch it. Every time you put up a story, they're watching it. I haven't been on Facebook, so I don't know what Facebook's looking like these days. And Twitter, I haven't been on Twitter, or any TikTok, whatever, any type of social media. You know, I don't know. This has got me bugged out right now. What? Because I'm like, yo, okay, Pink. They see that makes sense. Just be lurking. What is this sun card here? This could be a Leo that you're dealing with. Capricorn. That's quite a sign right there. Okay, but this could be like like I said, a cusper, where it's Cancer or Leo energy. So we got the Ten of Swords clarifying this sun card here. The Nine of Swords, and then the Hangman. Pisces energy. What in the blue blazes is going on here? Somebody turns you down, Capricorn, so you have to create an account? Because this 10 has to do with this ending. Has to do with a ending. But it was so devastating. It just, or you felt this was so devastating, and you felt like, oh my God, I could have died from this. Like, this is so heartbreaking. And I'm just like, that's not wolf in sheep's clothing energy. I don't know. I think this is you, Capricorn. Honestly, I'm sorry to blow your cover. But just then move on. Move on. If you got to do all that to create something, to watch somebody because you've been rejected, or rejected, for better lack of words, like, why do you even need to just follow them? Like, that's why I never could do love spells and things of that nature, because people don't understand. Pisces does that kind of lurking and doing that shit. Not so much making up a fake account, although they could, because I think that is happening. But as Pisces here is the Hangman, like, rejection for some people is like swords into their neck, their throat, their stomach, while other people are just like, doo-doo-doo, I'm good wherever I go. So I don't know. Capricorn, it should never be that deep that you got to be doing all that. And vice versa. If this is somebody that is like you rejected or you turned down, just know that they're doing this lurking. Yeah, engagement as your romance. We're moving on to romance. And we got freedom. Just as I said, you should be free to love whomever, move however, freely. Bottom of the deck is physical touch. Yeah, I don't know if you shut somebody down or they shut you down. Okay. But somebody's engaged, not engagement like with the actual ring, like fiance, but somebody is into you. Somebody wants to engage with you, and they just don't know how. They just might not be emotionally mature. And, that's somebody you don't want to deal with either. They may look good, right? They may, they may look good, all right, with that sun card there, but there's them, and this, I'm sure you've picked up that this person is watching you. We have this, we have this inkling when people do that, right? Or you might not have even blocked this person. They might just be same account, but they're just watching you. And that's just stupid. Like, I hate when people, and hate is a strong word, but I hate, like, comment on my stuff or like it. What are you watching me for? Especially especially like there's been this interaction with each other that has been like, I don't need to see. I don't, honestly, if I don't want to talk to you, or I don't feel like I need to talk to you anymore, I'm not going on your social media to see what you're about. I really don't give a rat's ass what you're up to, who you're dating, what's going on with your family, what did you eat? I don't care. I don't care. So I don't know, Capricorn, this could be you, because that's what I'm getting. Or this is this person. And honestly, if they are emotionally immature, you don't really need to deal with this. Again, it doesn't matter how cute they look, how pretty, how handsome. You don't want to get caught up with somebody that's emotionally immature, because there's going to be this pettiness going back and forth. And Capricorn, why? You like to be petty? You like that stuff? Okay. We got abundance here, clarifying this engagement. Abundance in reverse. And it says here, positive mindset. Gratitude, bliss. Middle of the deck is ship, cutting ties, moving on. See, that's what I'm saying. Passion. And then we got chemistry here. I'm just telling you this, guys. Sparks, equal interest, a burning desire. Somebody is really into you. They might like the way you look, Capricorn. They may feel intimidated by you, and so they're just watching from the sidelines. If that's the case, okay. Excuse the background. I got the trains honking their horns right now. So they may not just know how to like really talk to you. They could be just intimidated, and that, okay, I can understand that. But if this is somebody who's just like being El Stupido, and they got to go ahead and create another account just to go and see and follow you, then that's real stupid. That's dumb. And I don't know. If you like that drama, knock yourself out. Like Virgo, if you like that drama, go ahead, knock yourself out. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. Is if you needed to know confirmation if somebody was lurking behind the bushes, then yeah, that's the confirmation they are. During this Taurus season, because Taurus is with big heartedness, fall into your intuition, not so much your instincts, but you use your discernment with this. And if you are the one that's perpetuating this kind of stuff, I don't know, Capricorn, then I don't have no rights for you. I don't have nothing to say. You're doing what you want to do anyway. All right, so let's get the sign, the wisdom oracle for all signs. I'm good. Wichita, salute. Grand Rising. I'm good. Thank you. Babies in the bushes. Yeah, somebody's in the bushes. Am I on mute, guys? Wichita said I'm on mute. Drop your signs. I know most of everybody's sign in here. But I don't know what your sign is. So yeah, they just be doing the most. I don't know. I feel like this is really Capricorn. I don't think it's the other person, but sorry, Capricorn. Sometimes the truth has to come out. All right, oracles, wisdom oracles for all signs. What do we have here for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn? Next is air signs, right? Yes. Next is air signs, and then water, and then fire. I hope I'm not on mute. Okay, Red can hear. Okay, y'all can hear me. All right, okay. Thank you. Oh, all right. So we got chop wood here. Middle of the deck is never-ending story in reverse. Bottom of the deck is to the sea. All right, so I think Virgo, this is you dealing with Pisces. Okay, so we got chop wood, 42 breaking down to 6. So that's that ebb and flow. Again, specifically Virgo and Taurus, you guys have to do some shaking and moving, dusting out some stuff, metaphorically speaking, like removing and dusting out this old energy, whether it be people, places, or things. And this is your time. This is your season to clear it up, especially for Taurus. This is your season to start implementing some things that you want done. Start getting real with yourself. Yeah. And there's this like ribbons and stuff up here. So celebration, Taurus. The celebration circle might be smaller this year. That's fine. As we get older, our circles of people, family starts to slowly diminish, get smaller and smaller. That's fine. because this weeds out who you really need in your life at this point. We don't need a lot of people just on the sidelines watching, but we need people to be doers as well. Just as much as you give to others is how you would like it reciprocated back with you. And there's going to be a fresh start, especially Taurus, and Virgo. You guys going to have a fresh start. Capricorn, I don't know what you're doing. You're in the class by yourself right now from your fellow Earth signs. But this is a good thing here, and just getting right with Zen. As the bottom of the deck says here, to the sea, you got 7 here. That's a spiritual number, highly spiritual number. So yeah, sometimes it's all right to be by yourself, maybe doing some spiritual baths, or just really doing a lot of, as they say, spring cleaning in your house, in your body, maybe detoxing and fasting from certain foods, drugs, whatever fasting is, social media, whatever you feel you need to fast from and get away from. Take this time out while we're in this Taurus season to do that. All right. Okay. So that is your message, Earth signs. Let's go ahead and move on to air, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Gemini. Thank you. Gemini. So Gemini is the mutable out of the air signs. So they go all which way. They go all over the place. Just think of the president right now. He's a Gemini. Think of Kanye West. He's a Gemini. Think of Tupac, who was a Gemini. And they're just like all over the place. They say what they say, and it kind of can be contradictory, because you're like, what? Honey? That's them. And they're the thinkers as well, because they're air energy. So they're like a Gemini and Aquarius, just always out there thinking. They're more reactionary than like a Libra. Aquarius could be implement actions, but Gemini would be more of the action out of the air signs. All right, so you have photo proof, getting evidence. Well, I told you this deck is kind of messy. This deck is called the What's the Tea? Life is like tea. You must calm down to face it. So, Gemini, you have here photo proof. Always partying, middle of the deck. Okay, so you're kind of like Capricorn over here, and then we got haunted, bottom of the deck. Flashbacks, side effects, memories, trauma. What? Let's clarify. Let's go a little deeper here. So what's photo proofing? You might need to, or somebody, I'm getting legal stuff. So you may need evidence for something, or you are getting a, what they call a private eye to help with getting some pictures. Oh my gosh, Gemini, why did you come out here with this? Ooh. This has to do with, like, it could be a wrongful death that you're trying to get evidence for. So you need pictures, you need proof of some things. All right, let's go ahead and clarify, why is this here? Gemini, just when I was getting happy, here talking about Capricorn and whatnot, y'all just pull me in. You pull me in like the tide or rip tide. Somebody could have, there could have been an accident, at a beach, or some kind of accident. It doesn't necessarily have to be at a beach, but I'm getting either an accident or a wrongful death, or the accident was like a no fault. So you may need to get more information. Okay, so your card clarifying this photo proof is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is that messenger here. Okay, so yeah, this is about getting, so I'm hearing liability. Okay, so possibly workers' comp I'm hearing. Okay, middle of the deck is the Knight of Cups. So that's that. Knight of Cups has to do, it's water energy, but it has to do with like healing, or like this card really is like a romance card, but I'm getting like, in order to like close this case, you need to have all these things, you need more evidence, and so that's when you can really like heal. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Let's clarify here. So this could be also at work, like I said, workers' comp, and you also are getting your evidence. You're collecting your paperwork, because the job may have some, they may have their cameras and whatnot, with their surveillance and stuff, but you also need your documents as well. So like showing them that you went to the hospital. Here it says side effects underneath it, underneath these words here. This could have happened in October, all right, around Halloween season. So, it takes a while for these court cases to, start moving. Pentacles is a slow moving kind of energy because it's earth energy. You could be hearing about this case coming up now because we are in a earth sign, all right, or this is when you're filing it. What else? What is this Pentacles here? This could have been at a school. This could be your child that is definitely some kind of either wrong, like a wrongful accident, no fault. So, this may be having to do with a child, because Pentacles have to do with like young children, adolescents, and teenagers. So, you're just getting information. You're preparing your case for what happened to this person. But things could be starting to break through for you now while we're in Taurus season, Gemini. What's this Page of Pentacles? This is Hangman. Yeah, and then the Devil here. All right, so Devil in reverse. And the Knight of Cups again. So yeah, there's going to be this healing coming through. And I know it's been hard for you. Yeah, oh my goodness. You got a lot of swords here. The Three of Swords right underneath this Knight of Cups. And then we have the King of Swords here. So this is justice. Okay, that's air energy as well. So clarifying this Page of Pentacles is the Hangman. So know that whatever, if you petitioned back in October, that around this time, you'll be hearing back from the courts, or, everything is just, I feel like everything's just going to be falling into place now, where, you can start doing the healing, because sometimes when we're going through that type of process, we have to remove our emotions to, okay, I got to deal with this. And then it's like, and then after that, you can grieve, once all this, case in point, like with my dad passed away unexpectedly back in, his anniversary is going to be next week, and he'll be gone for 2 years now. And he didn't set up like a will or anything like that. Like I said, it was unexpectedly. He passed at the age of 67. So by no means were we thinking, oh, he's going to go, but we did talk about getting a will. Anyway, I had to go to the courts to become a, not a power of attorney, because a power of attorney is somebody that has a will. I had to become his administrator, right? So all that work, dealing with the courts and getting, all this proof of, I had to show proof of who I am, birth certificate, social security, damn near they wanted my DNA. I'm just playing, but it seemed like they wanted my DNA. And so you go through this frustration of having to deal with that. And it's like, you don't even have a moment to really grieve the person, because you're going through all these emotions, right? And then once all that is said and done and it's been taken care of, now here comes the Knight of Cups. Now you can exhale and cry out as much as you want to, just properly mourn without having to worry about the courts and getting evidence. And, if it has to do with like, you know, police reports and, work reports, whatever, it could be frustrating. And that's a different type of emotion from grieving, because they're all emotions, but it's different. All right. So things are going to be looking up for you, Gemini. Let's move into your love department. Sheesh, you hit us with a heavy reading today. Ant dogs in the building. Salute, salute. Oh my goodness. Aries is in Neptune. Oh, red. Why? Aries is in Neptune for the next 14 years. Last time was in 1860, Civil War. Genghis Khan, however you pronounce it, and the Crusades were in Aries Neptune. Exactly. And we also have a Pluto going into Aquarius. And that hasn't happened since around that time as well, with the Revolutionary War. So there's going to be a lot of cooking going on. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on. My brother Antog's in the building. Salute. So, okay, let's keep pushing through with Gemini's love reading. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is what they call the god of war. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. All right, so you guys got twin flame union too. We got retreat, middle of the deck, and bottom of the deck is it is safe to love. This could be a spouse, Gemini is what I'm getting. There's some kind of loved one that they may have either gotten hurt, severely hurt, or they passed away. Either way, I'm sorry to hear that. And this is not for every Gemini, but this is a message nonetheless. And I just want to say that I am sorry to hear that this is all going on. But for those that, like, if it's either way, either if it's an accident or a wrongful death, know that your painstaking work is not going in vain. Things are going to be moving. Things are going to be happening now. And that's all because of you. That's all because you put in that work and you fought. So, you could be a parent doing this for a child, or you could be a spouse doing this for your spouse. And who else is going to do that? A parent, you think your friends is going to be, no. The parent is the one, or the spouse, what that close family is going to be the one that's going to be fighting for, for the wrongful cases. And just know that your pain is not in vain. What else for this twin flame here? It says heart, body, mind, and soul for the twin flame union. Wow. So 2 cards came up. Yes. Phoenix and death. The Phoenix card and death. And those are the polar opposites. When the Phoenix goes and dies, or when the bird, because I think it's like a falcon. I'm not sure. What is a phoenix before? A phoenix, it's a bird. So when it dies, that's the mythos, is that it then ascends from the ashes and becomes this phoenix. But I forgot what it was before it becomes a phoenix. Anyway, middle of the deck is healing heart. See? And then partying, having fun at the beach. Somebody passed. There's something that happened at a beach. It could have been like a public or a definitely a public beach. And this could be like a either a city beach or what they call like a state beach, right? So definitely, this could have happened around last year, and I don't know about other states, but New York State last year kept the pools and the beaches open past Labor Day. And that goes into like September. I think it was like the end of September or something like that. Or maybe it was after Labor Day. I could be. Um, and with that little pumpkin showing up here, things could have happened around. I don't think it happened that late, but I mean, here it just says trauma. So it could have happened around, last summer. But with this death card here and this Phoenix, this is confirmation to let you know that your work is not in vain. It's being vindicated. There's going to be a new phase happening for you. And rising from the ashes. So all this that you're doing, you're doing a phenomenal job, and it's going to pay off. Okay. Death has to do with the relationship is over, transformation and growing. What's dead is dead. But because of death, there's always that cycle of birth and death, birth and death. But just know that you guys are going to be all right after everything is said and done. As far as like the legal things, not that you'll be all right, like that, like everything is okay. But you guys could take a sigh of relief that all this legal stuff is taken care of. Okay. All right, Gemini. Woo, that was a doozy. Let's move on to Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Yes. Hold on a second. Okay, so Libra, where's Brother Maybach at? Libras are the best, is what he says. I know. Now, word on the street is, because we haven't gotten to any word on the street is, word on the street is Libras are out there popping, shaking, and moving stuff. Libras, Aquarius, who else? Scorpios. Mainly the men, not so much the women. But Libra women can get busy. I ain't gonna front. Libra women can definitely get busy. Okay. Sorry. Just need to take a little. Oh my goodness. Like, stop honking the horn like that. I hate that. Okay. Here we go. We're the best. Smoker. Here we go. Don't start your mess. Smitty. Brother Smitty's in the building. Okay. I don't know how to I don't know how to do that thing you were telling me. I guess it's on your end that you could do that, right, Smitty? Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hold on, guys. Because everybody's outside. My window faces like the main street and stuff. Okay. Libra, what do we have here for you guys? Let's go and see what's going on for Libra. Okay. So Libra, what is it here for you guys for Taurus season? All right, so we have here, unfazed. Very interesting. Middle of the deck is happiness, happiness hater. Whoa. And bottom of the deck is wolf. There goes that wolf. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. Very interesting. Moving on. So Libra, what are you doing? You got moving underneath the wolf of sheep's clothing. You're like, listen. Mm, you just had enough. You're unfazed, unbothered. What you're like, could you be dealing with the Capricorn? Is that you, Libra? That Capricorn spying on? You're like, I'm unfazed. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Sheesh, let's clarify. What is this unfazed? Libras are the cardinals of the zodiac, as of the earth sign, excuse me. So you guys are the leaders. You guys, that's this unfazed is just like exactly what the leader would be like. I don't care. You don't like me? Don't care. Watch me shine, hater. And somebody could be again secretly from the sidelines hating, right? Wolf in sheep's clothing. It always will be the closest to you. So this could be a friend, this could be a family member, but you're not bothered by it either way. Let's clarify a little bit what's going on here with this unfazed. This unfazed. Okay. So we got the Page of Swords. Your energy just showed up. 5 of Cups here. So middle of the deck, possibly broke up with somebody. The 7 of Swords, or they lied to you, or you just see them for who they are now at this point, and you're just like, listen, I don't really care. I'm not going to be bothered with this. So Page of Swords has to do with air energy. So Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini showing up here. Yeah, you have put people on block time. It's not just the summer that we do block parties. You started the block parties way long ago, or recently, or you're going to start doing it because you see people for who they are with this sheep and wolf's clothing type thing. You know that you got haters on the side. So it's like, you know what? I think you are messing around with the Capricorn. You told Capricorn, I'm not. That's a bugged out. Oh, that's a really complicated relationship there. So, you could have cut somebody out, blocked somebody, and this is why they making fake accounts up. Yeah, 8 of Swords here, clarifying this Page of Swords. And Lovers. Yep, you cut somebody out, Libra. Okay. Oh well. So you're not bothered by this, but somebody else is, and this could be another air sign like yourself, or a fire sign with this eight of wands here. So that could be Aries, it could be Leo, or Sagittarius. All right, so let's clarify here. Let's not clarify. Let's get your romance, because this is already going right into romance. Oh, that's too many. You're preserving and yeah, it's like, some people like drama. There are people in this world that love drama. They get off on, arguments and little pettiness and debates and stuff like that. So you are like, listen, I am not the one though. I don't like that. I don't like the pettiness. I'm just chilling, sipping on my matcha tea or my coffee, my Bustelo. I'm just chilling. And there's other people that want to come at me, say stuff, be haters, be wolves in sheep clothing. And, you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. This could be like I said, this could be somebody close to you, because with this 8, that's like that karmic cycle that comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. So this could be either your like your love partner, or it could be a family member or friends. But this is something that like kind of comes and goes, and you're just like, listen, at this point, I'm done. Like, I'm moving on from this constantly back and forth. Your love reading doesn't want to come out. They don't want us to know about your love life. But well, it's coming out anyway, though. It's being exposed now. Quality time. Be the witness to each other's lives. Then we got middle of the deck, affirmations, loving words, hold great power. And middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is this could be the one in reverse. So it's like, nope, we're good. We're good. I don't know. I think you've given, as many tries and chances, as much quality time as possible, but it's just not working out. You just don't want to be bothered, even though somebody might be still wanting to, keep these ties with you. You're just like, nope, I'm good. Yeah, somebody wants to keep this going with you, stringing along. Key on the ring. Middle of the deck is not enough. Yeah, in reverse. And bottom of the deck is camera. Learning from the past, reminiscing, making memories. So somebody's over there in their feelings, reminiscing, and you're just like, I've moved on. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing. I see you for who you are now, and I don't really want to deal with you. So I'm pushing along. I'm keeping it moving. What else? That's pretty much what I have for you. Is if you needed confirmation about moving right along, then here you go. There's your confirmation, Libra. Because Taurus season, it'll make us feel a certain kind of way, because Taurus is, like I said, have that big heart, have that lovey-doveyness, but you're just like, nope, I don't care. Now all the tea in China is going to make me want to be with you. All right, let's get on with the last of the air signs. Aquarius, one of my other favorite signs. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. One of my favorites. Aquarius. What are you trying to do? I don't know. What you talking about, Wally? What you talking about, Willis? All right, Aquarius. So, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Aquarius, let's get your card out and see what we got cooking for you. Aquarius is the fixed of the air sign. So, again, that energy of kind of just staying put, not making moves. They really have to, something really has to be interesting enough for them to be like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this, whether it be hanging out or, work related or even a relationship. Like, they just need to think about some stuff. Now, though, in regards to relationships, they kind of like to be single in some ways. I think that's just because of their detachment. They're the humanitarians of the zodiac. So they're just out there with people, and I feel like they like to kind of just dabble around and mingle and stuff, but nothing really solid. And if it's solid, then they'll stick around. But it's just this peculiarness with them. All right, Aquarius, you got shine here. Let your light irritate their demons. Ooh. Who was that had that earlier? I think it was Taurus. So you could be dealing with a Taurus. Middle of the deck is threatening. They're intimidating. They're threatened, bothered. And bottom of the deck is bankrupt. Okay. Let's clarify. Just like I had mentioned with Taurus, your light shines bright, and you both are that fixed energy. So, and because it's Taurus will be outside and Aquarius will be inside. And then it's like opposite. When Taurus is inside, Aquarius is outside. And that light, it's like a rarity. And it happens every so, couple of days or whatever. And people are like, well, where's Aquarius at? What's going on with Aquarius? And then it's like when you're there, there's people that are in the midst that are like, and they're just funky with it. They're just funky. We have bankrupt here, marrying for money, right underneath that. So, and then we have offer. Then we got dirty offer. And then underneath that says ain't shit. So somebody's trying to make an offer with you, but the offer is dirty because they're just trying to get you for money. You like I said, shine. You might be doing, pretty good with money. And again, those haters are out there looking, and the demons are out, surveilling, and they're like, I like to make an offer. You won't refuse. But you're like, no. So clarifying this shine is the 5 of Cups. Yeah. Somebody is, you're not, you might have been grieving or sad or whatever the case may be, but there's 2 cups behind you. And so you're like, you know what? I know that I'm good. I could do bad by myself. I don't need your demons to bring me down. I have my own demons that I got to deal with. Middle of the deck is the 4 of Cups in reverse, right? Not wanting to deal with anybody and their BS. Like, no, I'm not taking that offer. All you just like me for is for my money or what I have to bring. But just like a few of the other signs there, Taurus especially, and you could be dealing with a Taurus. This correlation is happening. Yeah, and we got collaborate. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Aquarius, which is, I can see it, but then it's like a tough, like kind of tug of war. Hermit is right underneath bottom of the deck here for this 5 of Cups, and then we got the 9 of Cups here. So there's so much going on. I feel like there's this push and pull, but just realize, even if you're sad for the moment, 5 has to do with change. It has to do with conflicts, confusion. Well, you are getting out of this confusion and you're realizing this person only really likes me for what I can bring to the table, whether it be monetary or emotions or even sex, right? It's a dirty offer. They don't really care for you in the regards of you being a person. They just look at you as money bags or, sexual bags or whatever the bags are. The Hermit card again. Yes. Virgo energy. So you're ghosting people, or you just watching them from the sideline, or clarifying, ooh, I like this. You got the Page of Pentacles here, clarifying this cups. All right, so good. Conserving this energy. The Pentacles have to do with grounding, not only just money, but like I said, you could be, some money bags going on there. Or they see you as super smart, because Aquarius, you are always in the books, always learning something new. And this person, it ruffles their feathers, when you're speaking and you're, talking about certain things, and it's like they admire it, but at the same time, they're jealous of it. You got 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles here, right? So this is that moving, feeling lack, feeling isolated, feeling left out. This has to do with being poor as well. And then we have here the Hierophant. Yeah, Taurus. So you're dealing with a Taurus or some other earth sign. Could be a Capricorn or a Virgo. Could be a Virgo as well. I could see that. So let's see. Let's go into your romance then. I mean, you're solid though, Aquarius. Like you guys are good. Even if this is kind of like a either bad breakup, you'll be all right. Why? Because you got your money. You're dealing with a Taurus, or you have a Taurus moon, or Taurus Venus, or a Taurus Mars. Because there's a lot going on here. That's all I keep getting. Or you have a Virgo rising, Taurus rising, something. There's some kind of earth sign that's dominant in your chart. Let's see what's going on for your romance department. Okay, you got 2 cards here. Let's see. So acts of service and honest communications in reverse. So you got these 2 cards that popped out in reverse. Romantic feelings, middle of the deck, and psychic connections, bottom of the deck. Yeah, you are just like, I'm done. I'm good. I've given you all the acts of service, my love, my time, hanging out with you, showing you affection, showing you a good time, maybe even splurging, buying some nice things for you. And, you just know, like, honestly, you have to have that honest, not so much honest communication with them, but to be honest with yourself, like realize, like, no, they just like me for the things that I do, for my acts of service. They don't really like me as a person. So you have to realize that, Aquarius, because there's a lot of people that will linger on to your shine just because, and they don't really, kind of like with Capricorn. So you could be dealing with the Capricorn too, where they're just like watching. People just be watching you just to like watch you. And it's like, ew, like, if I'm not responding to you, I'm not talking to you, just leave me be. All right, what else? Like I said, some people like to have drama in their lives. It's like a drug rush for them. It fuels them up. So Aquarius is chilling, and somebody else wants to keep being a knucklehead. All right, so what do we have? Yeah, not enough. See, in reverse, not enough. Clarifying these communication and the acts of service. And then we have Chaser that showed up too. Codependent. Yeah, because they're codependent on your energy. Love clause, bottom of the deck, in reverse. Yeah, you don't want to listen. You're starting to realize it's not working. It's really not. You're starting to understand that this person is just liking you for your shine. And it bothers their demons because you're not giving to them anymore. You're cutting back on your supply. All right, Aquarius, good for you. All right, that is what I have for you, air signs. Let's get you your wisdom oracle. And then we will move on to water. First sign up is Cancer. Cancer, baby. Focus is in the building. Salute. More like a world tour. Woo! Because really, they are super being a pain in the butt right now. Like, woof. I see it. It could just be no. I'm like, that's Taurus. That's Taurus over here being a pain in the butt. All right. So air signs. Let's get you your wisdom oracle and get y'all up out of here. All right. So what do the air signs need to know? Taurus season. Yeah, somebody's trying to bankrupt you, Aquarius, but you're like, nah, right before it gets to that point. No. All right. Whoa. So your card is take a nap with the fox and the moon there. Woo, I love it. Foxy moon. You got 24 breaking down to 6. Middle of the deck is deep knowing, right? Because you're supposed to know this, air sign. As 43 breaking down to 7, and then no place like home. 50 in reverse. So you guys, air signs, this is you. Time to take a nap. Maybe literally, maybe figuratively, where you just have to, again, especially Aquarius, is just take this time out for self. Gemini, you'll be able to rest a little easier once everything is said and done. And you can, like I said, finally grieve properly, grieve the way, you should without having to worry about all the other, aspects. But giving yourself some time to rest, right? Because air is up there, and right now we're also in a moon in Aquarius, but the energy is Taurus and it's grounding. So taking this time to, tap back into yourself, getting rest where needed, um, taking a rest from other things, social media, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. And I know it's easier said than done with people, but just taking this time for yourself is going to be key for you guys. Okay. All right. That is your message. Air sign. Cancer. Let's move right into Cancer. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Water. Cancer is the cardinal sign of the water, and they're the leaders. Like I said before, Cancers are ruled by the moon, so they can be moody. In that regard, not emotional to where they're like saying, oh, Cancers are crybabies. Cancers, no. Cancers are emotional, but only it's because the moon is moving all the time, and they're every sign at one time. And also, if someone pushes Cancer's buttons and if they push it too far in, Cancers are going off. And once Cancer goes off, that's it. C'est la vie. Cancer is done with you. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's going on for Cancer. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What does Cancer need to know during this Taurus season? What does Cancer need to know? Cancer. You have no facts. Never has the facts. Mistakes. Oh, wait, makes. Hold on. Never has the facts. Makes shit up and lies. Ooh, Cancer. We got jackpot in the middle of the deck. Got rich, inheritance, unexpected money. Oh, okay. And then we got bad karma here, bottom of the deck. So somebody's lying about you, Cancer. They think you make shit up. Because there it's kind of like what we were just talking about with Taurus and Aquarius. It's like this shine. People like, I don't know what's going on. This Taurus season is like got me like, because why? What is the jealousy all about? Like, what is the hate about? Like, come on. What is you gotta make up fake accounts just to surveillance and just weird shit. Weird shit. Let's clarify, what is this? And it's like they have no facts, but they just assume that you're like how Aquarius is rolling in the big leagues. Where Aquarius may be flaunting or maybe doing these acts of services, right? And this person's like, oh, Aquarius has money. Here, Cancer's not showing it. And this person is just like, oh, yeah, Cancers always think that they got money. They always got like this and da 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 da. Just making shit up. Then we have this bad karma here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, screenshot underneath that. Yes. Oh, and look, lo and behold, spiritual hater. Did that not show up in Taurus? So this could be a Taurus. Taurus is busy. Taurus is almost in everybody's stuff right now, just busy. Crying over you underneath the jackpot. What is the story? What is here? They're moving. All right, let's clarify and get a little deeper, because I'm just like, what is going on here? Who's spreading lies? And what's going on? Because cancers are kind of like secretive. Yeah, hermit. I was just gonna say cancers are secretive. With the hermit card here. Underneath that was but let me see. Hold on a second. And it's not that cancers are secretive, it's that they are private. And you're only privy to know something unless I share it with you. If I don't share it with you, then it's not for you to know. So some people will take that as, oh, they're being secretive or they're being sneaky. And it's not that. It's that they know how to move in silence. And it will look sneaky to somebody who doesn't know how to move in silence, but that's what Cancer's doing. That's what Cancer does. Again, you will only be privy to what I give you, what I want you to know. All right, so your card is the Empress. Taurus energy. Taurus energy. That's my moon sign. My Taurus is in moon, or my moon is in Taurus. So you got the Empress here. This could be a female Cancer. That middle of the deck here is the Three of Pentacles in reverse again. By Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, and bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. So that's what I see, is that somebody, and this is a female. This definitely could be a female. There could be two females. This could be like sisters. So Cancer, if this is a Cancer female, this is sisters, or if it's a Cancer male, these are sisters, or women, wife, or daughters, cousins, or your best friends. But we'll clarify. That can be on some, and Cancers are very intuitive. They're empaths. So they pick up a lot of, you are the human BS detector. You can pick up on somebody else's BS. So that's what you're looking at as well too. Like, oh, somebody's always lying, or somebody lied about getting some money, Cancer, and you peep that. Where it's like, you know what, karma's gonna come back to them. I don't have to do anything. I don't need to be no spiritual hater. I don't have to go and look, play detective. It's all gonna come back because I'm gonna see it. I know it. So somebody could be trying to move now they might be moving sneakily, where it's just like, you know what, I'm not even tripping, because karma is going to show me what these people are doing, or what they're saying, etc. What is this Empress? Yep, somebody's you'll see the truth. The Four of Wands. This could be a spouse or family that's sitting up there, acting like they got some money. We got inheritance here. You could be the one that's getting the inheritance, and they're over here talking smack about you. Oh, what a Cancer does do to deserve that? Mind your business. Don't worry about how I got this. Because clarifying this Empress here is the sword. And then look at this. You got the crown here. Because Cancers, you're the mother of the zodiac. You don't have to answer to anybody. Swords are about truth, communication. This is source bringing you the information that you need to know. Yeah, and with this Four of Wands here, this is what I could do with family. It has to deal with family or a spouse. And then we got Page of Swords here, bottom of the deck. So there we go again, clarifying. You'll find the message because pages are messengers. Something will there'll be something that'll lead you to knowing, oh, I was right all along. This person is bullshitting. This person is lying. And why do they got to do this for me? I don't care. I'm getting mine. I got mine. This could be siblings who are waiting on an inheritance or waiting for some, waiting on some type of inheritance. Because we got a house here too at the bottom of this little, see that little house there? So Cancer's like, I'm not tripping. Why? But these people are, because there's some people, we see this in families, whenever there's a death and somebody leaves something behind, there's a family, there are siblings that are like, what's this? What do I get? What did he or she leave me? What did grandma leave me? What did mom leave me? What did dad, things of that nature. And you just like, I'm not tripping. I'm good. Whether I'm in the will or not, I'm good either way. Because look at you guys. You guys are scrumping and scrabbling around, acting like heathens. And, this could have been a mother, because this Empress is mother figure. Okay. So this could have been a mother. Like, I was the one taking care of mom. I was the one doing this, or grandma. Like, I was there taking care of her. But, let other people spin it. They'll tell you, that they were the ones. And then underneath the jackpot, we got crying over you. Yeah. The crocodile tears. Oh my goodness, this hurts so bad. Let's move on to your romance, Cancer. Because this is too much. My beautiful Yaya, my sis, that is my sister. My sissy poop is in the building. Cancer, stand up. So let's see what's going on in the love department. Cancer's like, I don't care. All right, so we got here the stay optimistic. It was trying to come out a couple of times, but it showed up at the bottom of the deck. Middle of the deck is tease. Tease me tonight. All right, and we got time apart here in reverse. So Cancers, there could be a separation is what I'm getting, or if you are just recently out of a relationship. Okay, Pink, that part. So you could be in a separation, or recently, separation, where you're not really thinking about getting involved with anybody right at the moment. Especially if this has to do with somebody's passing and you are involved with taking care of things, or the person's not passed yet, but you are there like a caregiver or a caretaker, or you're just the one that's really there doing a lot of the work. It's like, I don't really have time for this love stuff going on. I don't have the time for that type of relationship. So this could be a single Cancer, but like recently separated. Yeah, we got soulmates underneath this too. Ooh, wow. Okay, Cancer. And yeah, it's like you don't want the tease me tonight type stuff. You want some solid things, but I feel like you are dealing with something else that is taking you away from the relationship, but not in a way where not in the taking away, like that's, I'm trying to use another word, because taking away is not exactly what I want to say, but it's not the only reason why this relationship is splitsville. It's because, you have a lot of stuff going on, and it's like Cancers, you're emotional beings. So it's like you take on all this other stuff. And like I said, if you're dealing with siblings that are acting up and they think they're gonna get this windfall or what have you, this inheritance. So it's a lot you got going on your plate, Cancer, that you're just like, like I can't take on another thing. And the relationship could just be a whole nother, relationships are a job. So it's like I can only take on but so much. And if this is a single Cancer, then you're just, again, like, I'm not interested right now. So while it's saying stay optimistic, you're just like, nah, I can't think about that right now. I don't have time to think about this. And that's fine. I mean, what are we gonna do? All right, let's clarify a little bit more. Turn the lights down low. I got me singing Guy up in here. I like that song. I like it a lot. Ease me tonight. Yeah, girl with the snake here. Charmed or used, enabled, boundaries, heartbroken, middle of the deck. Yep, break up, just as I said. And twin flame in reverse. Yeah, we're not dealing with these lovers, these snakes. We are in the year of the snake right now. Snakes get a bad rap for being sneaky, liar and stuff. This could be the case, but it also has to do with spirituality as well, and it's a good thing. So spirit animal. But yeah, you just are not impressed by anybody. There could be somebody lying about their money and just like, I know already, but they gotta lie about it. This could be why the relationship is moving away from each other, because somebody's lying about their finances, or they could have a gambling problem and they're going, spending money in the account that you're just like, whoa, or they have another account. You just don't know it yet, but you have an idea because you're empathic and you're like, yeah, no, you're spending money and we need that. And that can cause, issues in the household, right? We know this. And don't matter if it's a Cancer or any one of us. We know that if money is being spent furiously, I know I'm saying it wrong, and we need it, it's going to cause a friction in the household. It's going to cause a friction. All right. So Cancer, you just pretty much like waiting and seeing your confirmation. This could be your confirmation here. You probably knew all along that something's not right. Somebody's lying about the money situation, and you're like, I knew it, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So know that that's what it is. Somebody could be lying about, because as it says here, lies, that card says lies. So somebody could be lying about, money, gambling, that they're not gambling, but you kind of have an idea. Or this could be family members over here plotting and planning about, a family member's inheritance, and you're just like, knock yourself out, because I know what's due to me is whatever. All right, let's move on. So that was your message, Cancer. Okay, let's move on to Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. My brother, Big G, Philly's in the building. Salute, Grand Rising to you. Thank you. Peace, love, and respect. Good, Pink. Oh, because I'm like, All right, so Scorpio, let's get you guys. Scorpio are the fixed signs, fixed of the water signs, and especially the men folk. The word on the street is with them. They're a little spicy. They are a little spicy. Very flirtatious, like the Libra. They are overt in their thing. But Scorpios also, they're intuitive. All the water signs are intuitive because of that, of the water element. But Scorpios are more like in the esoteric spirit world, if you will. They would be like the phoenix, that they submerge into that dark, muddy water. They deal with the underworld. They deal with like death. That's what Scorpios is associated with. But then they rise like the phoenix, and there's this new beginning. But they're spicy. They're spicy with their mouth, and they're spicy with, you know, other stuff, other parts of their body. No way. Stop playing. Look who's in the building. Jay Savage, Mr. Nice Guy. Salute. Now I was gonna send you a text too, and I didn't know what you're up to because I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well, that you're here. That lets me know you okay. Salute. We're in the subsection of our own, right? The subsection. Say hello to Mr. Nice Guy. I miss your essence. I miss your bantering. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and kick it. Your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. Oh, that's too much. Okay. Yes. Oh, ooh, okay. Whoa. So karmic friends came up in reverse, clearing out some stuff there. We got Forcer, middle of the deck. And then we got Theft. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, these are all upright. All right, my bad. So Theft, bottom of the deck, robbed, lost, physical or emotional. Somebody could be draining you. So this could be a karmic thing going on here. Can't fully trust them. Tension, secret competition. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. Ugh. This is exactly what Scorpio is. That Scorpio has to do with that type of karmic energy. Not because karmic could be good and bad, right? But like letting go of people. See, and then we have here thief, and we got groupie. And it says keeping your friends close and keeping your enemies closer. Well, your friends could be enemies, right? So keeping them even closer. I need to see what's going on. And all these hands here. So this could be friends or family, but we got friends going on here. Groupies. You got groupies? Let me find out. What are you up to? You could be a celebrity, or you could be in these YouTube streets, have a big platform. So, tension there, secret competition, because people be having these competitions, which is what they call them, keyboard warriors, having competition. You don't even know, but you're right in the middle of it. But let's clarify a little bit more. What is this karmic? So, and somebody could be jealous of a relationship that you have, Scorpio. What is going on? Since Capricorn brought all this jealous energies, people spying on one another. Like, come on. So you could have somebody that's jealous because you've been recently engaged, or you're in a relationship, they're not. You're happy, they're not. The typical story, but it does say karmic friends. So this, may not necessarily be a family member, but our families could be friends. You can make your friends your family and stuff like that too. So I don't know, but this. I think this. This is why it's a loss, because you're like, I'm not having them steal any more emotion from me. No more robbing me of my time. Ooh, yeah. So ooh. Wow. Okay, we got death card here, clarifying this karmic. That's Scorpio energy right there. There you go. You showed up to confirm. Yeah, getting rid of these losers. Look how the horse is trampled over. the man there, the family. That's what I'm saying. This could be a family member too. It doesn't necessarily have to be friends. You know, our families, we're born into them, but they could be in the past. If you subscribe to past life, they could be a karmic family that you had to learn some lessons with them in order for you to break free. Because here we got justice, the middle of the deck in reverse, Libra energy. And the King of Swords, see all that justice here. So there's like I said, you had to go through some cycles. The death cycle is death and rebirth. Doesn't necessarily mean physical death. It could be about spiritual death as well. And so you have to go through some things with a certain group of people, whether it be your physical flesh and blood, or these are friends that are like family members, or these are just your regular friends. Clarify this death. And you have to go through these cycles. But there's a hater in the midst. 9 of Pentacles. So clarifying this death card is the 9 of Pentacles, right? You had to go through some cycles. 9 of Pentacles is you're at the top. You're winning now. I call it the Miss Sasha Fierce. If you're a man, that doesn't apply to you. But when I see this card, I relate it to, I'm a diva. Hey, I'm a diva. Hey. And not in the diva-esque of like being snooty and stuck up, but you got everything. You're good with life. You're good with your finances. You're not stressing anything at the moment. So we got this Knight of Cups here. Yeah, there's somebody that wants to bring you this affection, but I don't, then Judgment, the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, this is all that family again. So, this could just be a karmic family that you've been born into, and you had to go through some things with them. And so now you're good on top. You've made it out. You made out of some hurdles with them, or family, friends, or even a lover. You probably had to go through this karmic cycle with this lover, or romance, whatever other significant other, to value yourself, to realize I don't need, sometimes we are good by ourselves, especially if we've been through some things. Like, why would you want to jump into something else when you are just getting out of something? And you need the time to heal. You need the time to because we got emotional thief here too. It's not just the physical, but it's the emotional. Like, why would you want to rob yourself of having the healing time, right, Scorpio? So this is the time that you need to do some healing. Let's go into your romance department. Get you some glass of wine, some Chardonnay, some Merlot, and chill on out, Scorpio. If you drink, if not, just get some grape juice. All right, what's that? Let's go into your romance. My Lotus is a Scorpio. Okay. Now, a diva is a female of a hustler. She's a hustler. All right, so we got proposal. See, I did say somebody's digging you, Scorpio. Your romance is about to evolve and level up. This is after you've gone through these karmic cycles. Psychic connection, middle of the deck. This is someone you probably know intuitively. Like you have an inkling, you got a little hit that I think this person likes me. Oh, I think she likes me. Oh, I think she likes me. And then we got time apart here in reverse. It could be somebody at a distance, or somebody, again, watching you from the sidelines. And I said you could have gotten newly engaged, recently engaged. So there's where all the little haters are sitting on the side, the groupies, your friends that you think supposed to be celebrating you. They're sitting up there secretly like, damn. Well, why? You should be happy. Like, no, because misery loves company. So when y'all was all single, y'all were all cackling it up, kikiing it up, Everything was good between y'all. No mans was involved. And you're like, nah, I got somebody. And they're like, what? What? This could be a Capricorn too, because as I said, Capricorns can get a little jealous. They could get a little stalker-ish. And I did see a water sign in there for for Capricorn. So I don't know, Capricorn, Scorpio. What's going on? What's going on? What card again, Wally? The proposal? But let me see what else. Hold on. Let me see. I had to light some Palo Santo up because there's just too many haters in the midst. We need to clean them out. Clean them out. Be gone, haters. Be gone. Shoot. Get out of my system. So, taking time. Oh, excuse me, talking. Interested. Awaiting messages. Awaiting messages, either text, calls, or emails. Talking more. Somebody ascended. And did I not say that Scorpios rise from the ashes, preparing for a union, a new phase? And then we have karmic relationships, back to square one again in reverse. So if this is for a Scorpio that's single, know that somebody is watching you from the sideline. They want to talk to you, or, things have been kind of just like, one little word, text messages here or whatever, or maybe you guys have spoken with each other and it just kind of like just hits and misses. But this person really likes you. They really are interested in you, and they're waiting for your response. They're waiting for you to engage. And Scorpio, you might be just be like, I don't know. I'm just kind of testing it out. I don't listen, you're having trust issues right now because people are scheming and there's secret competition going on. And you just like, I don't even know you be my competition. So you're just like, taking it slow as you should, taking it from the, you're on the sidelines too, on the fence when it comes to just kind of diving in with a relationship. And if this is a Scorpio that has gotten newly proposed to, congratulations. And this, because you've done the opposite, there's been all this engaging back and forth and talking. There's interest going on, and this person's like, you know what, I want to take this to the next notch. So if you haven't been proposed to yet, Scorpio, know that that's coming up very soon. And this could be happening between now and May or June, because June is usually the time of engagements, proposals and weddings and things of that nature. Okay. All right, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. Let's move on to the last of the water, and that is Pisces. My top favorite. My uno numero. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But why? Guess I don't have to wait on the side. Yeah, it's gonna hit you. It's gonna be like boop. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna hit you, Bobby. Just gotta be in the mindset. Okay. So Pisces, let's get you up in here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Whoa. Okay, what was that card? So you guys have caught a case. What? Sexual infection, sexual disease, a rash. Ooh, baby, please. And another card came out for you guys. Creativity, steals your ideas, copies your work, feeds off of you. What's the middle of the deck? Haunted, flashback, side effects. Ooh, you put a side effect, and reflecting, bottom of the deck. What? Pisces? So You don't necessarily, there could be two things going on here. You could have caught, disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional either, but you could have caught a sexually transmitted disease. Or you could have caught an actual case, or somebody you know has caught an actual case. Okay. They could have been doing some type of fraud, because we got copies your work and duplicates here. So they could have been so reflecting and strategic tactics underneath that in your head. Somebody is taking your ideas, like, because Pisces, so Pisces is a mutable sign. And Pisces is like Virgo, very creative when it comes to like art or anything in that art line. They're kind of like Aquarius and Libra and Gemini. They think outside the box. They see things in a different like color scheme, viewing things from a rose-colored lens, if you will. And sometimes can just like daydream off, but they're very good with family and relationships. So like I always said, if you always wanted like this little romantic, the Hallmark card type relationship, Pisces is the one for you. They can be a little extreme though, because there's water elements and that's emotions, and they can get very emotional. So you gotta like tread lightly with Pisces, because they're just so sensitive. Listen, Pisces, this is what I'm trying to say. So you could be dealing with that type of thing where somebody is copying your work, so you're going to have to go get some type of legal things in place, a trademark or a copyright. Let's clarify, what is this case? Somebody, oh, this is malicious, but this is like Gemini. Somebody could actually be wanting to, like, they know they have something and then they want to give it to you like out of spite. I'll tell you, there's some wicked people out here. Be careful, Pisces. Or is this you, Pisces? V for vendetta. Because Pisces be having that vendetta streak. And they kind of like a Capricorn, where they want to just be lurking around and stuff. We're like, listen, Pisces. All right, what up? What up? These readings have been all over the place. All right, so we still got one group of people to go, and that is the fire signs: Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So, not the Pisces men. The Pisces men. I deal with too many of those. Well, now I don't have. I just have one left, and my daughter's a Pisces. But my dad was a Pisces. My grandfather was a Pisces. I'm just like, so I don't know. They can be shady too, but no shade. Could be a little shady, but for the most part, they're lovable. They're very like a Cancer, a Taurus. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Like, they love family. You know, but they also, the dark side of Pisces is that they can have some type of addiction going on, whether it be gambling, sex. This is why the sexual infection and disease, Pisces, be careful. Or, addiction to gambling, money. What else? What is here? You may not even know that this is going on with you. So, I don't know. You're gonna have to, it's hard to catch those things because you don't know. Sometimes it goes undetected. But I don't know. I think somebody's trying to. Somebody may be doing that to you. So I don't know. Cancer, Pisces. I was going to say Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer. Or you let these infections go too long without being treated. It can turn into some kind of, Cancer. All right. Clarifying this quarter case and creativity is the Hermit in reverse. Excuse me. The Ten of Pentacles, middle of the deck here. And bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. So that's Virgo energy here. So clarifying this court case is the Hermit with this creativity here. That's Virgo energy. So you're dealing with a Virgo, like Pisces. Virgo was dealing with you. Intuition, you need to use your intuition here, Pisces, because it could be, just double check whatever your work is that you're doing. All right. And if you're doing stuff online, you might need to get like a trademark or watermark, something that ties your name to your work, because there could be, people out here, especially now, like on social media, people are using the AI and creating things and things of that nature. And so, you want to make sure that your work, to authenticate your work, you get it trademarked, copyright, whatever you have to do. Like I said, watermark, something that seals your name to your work, because there could be people out here trying to steal it. Yeah. And with the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, clarifying this Hermit card here is water energy. So you showed up here, and the Seven of Pentacles, middle of the deck is the Four of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. So this is your passion. This is your how you get your stream of money. You need to make sure that you are staying on top of, especially if you're doing stuff online. Make sure you got it either, like I said, trademark, watermark, copyright, whatever the case may be. You need to get this done, because people will be trying to take your ideas. Okay. And if you didn't know and you like, oh, well, maybe not, there's some cards here. Foxy's clarifying. There's some cards right there. She's going to, you could be wanting to go to a reader, but here's your reader. She's telling you, make sure you get your work, because all this work that you've put in, it'll be in vain if somebody now goes and takes your work and then they put their stamp on it and make it that it's theirs. So you want to be diligent with that, because seven has to do with that work. Seven of Pentacles has to do with the work that you have there. Now let's move on to your relationship, okay? Because when I'm talking about the STIs or STDs, this Queen of Cups, you could be dealing with another water sign, such as yourself, a Cancer, like I mentioned, or Pisces or Scorpio. Your card is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Middle of the deck is love language, affirmations, loving words, great power. And bottom of the deck is time apart. You got time apart too, in reverse. So that's where this thing can come into place. Somebody may have some type of disease going on, Pisces. You need to get to know them before you go jumping into them or onto them, because you need to know these things. Sometimes you have to be up, especially if you're interested with them. Have they ever had any type of those things before? Do they currently? Some people might not be up forth and coming and tell you, yeah, I've had that before. Because it's embarrassing, nobody. But if you're into this person and you've been talking with them for a while and you feel like, this may be somebody that I want to be intimate with, you need to know. Because if they have something, or they've had something that's been untreated and it's gone undocumented, or it's gone undetectable, listen, you want to make sure that this doesn't transfer into you and then you be a carrier and now everything is all messed up with you. You need to double check with this person. All right. So yes, definitely getting to know them, and not just only knowing them on a physical, spiritual, emotional, but you need to know, like, hey, listen, did you ever have X, Y, and Z? Sure. Middle of the deck. So your card clarifying this getting to know each other is the runner. Fear of intimacy. Somebody could be fear, you know, getting intimate because they may have something that is being treated, and if they're caring enough, they're worried, you know, with getting physical and, you know, transferring, you know, hoping that it doesn't transfer. Now, like I said in the beginning, there could be somebody that has the V for vendetta, and there's people, we've seen this in the news, that somebody was just going around having unprotected sex and giving them, I think it was like hepatitis or something like that. I don't know. But there's people out here that do that kind of craziness as well. So please be careful, Pisces, when you know, if you want to get intimate with somebody, or you may be the one that's like fearful of being intimate with people because you know that there's stuff going on, or you yourself have been burned and you're just like, you know what, I don't know, I need to find out a little bit more before I just talk to anybody, because yeah, you know, we cool and things like that, but I need to know the nitty gritty. Middle of the deck with that, the runner is love, right? Love self, because you have enough self-love to know, as much attraction as I have for this person, I still want to make sure that things are all right. And we got wedding rings here, bottom of the deck, union. Yeah, you might be apprehensive, Pisces. Shoot, you have every right to be, you know, because you don't know. And these are the day and ages. Listen, there was this guy, I don't know. Oh, we weren't talking, but this was like back in my teenage years. This guy would carry around his lab results to show people that he doesn't have none of that stuff going on. And I was like, dang, is that serious? But listen, he was definitely that serious, that he was carrying that stuff around with him. And I was like, wow, okay then. So, I mean, not to say you should be carrying this stuff around with you, Pisces, but being upfront and getting to know somebody and talking these things out are an adult thing to do. You're not kids here, and you know, it's just protecting yourself, again, just like you're protecting your work. You know, if you're doing some type of artistry, you know, just as much as you're protecting that, is you need to protect yourself, and you have that self-love, you know better. So just, you're being observant and just being reserved at the moment, and that's good. You should. All right, so Pisces, that is what I have for you. That is your message. That's for all the water signs. And we're going to move on next to Leo. So we're going to the fire signs. Fire. But first, we will get a oracle. You are almost all Pisces women are the best men. Intimate relationship, not so much. I only have one Pisces person I know as a woman, and that's my daughter. Well, she's a little woman. She's 18, but I don't know. And the Pisces men, like, we're supposed to be really super compatible. At least I am. But it also depends on what your moon and what your Venus is. Yeah. That can be the breaker between like a Pisces, because you might not be like jiving with them on that emotional level, because their moon and their Venus might be something else, not just that they're a sun Pisces. Okay, sorry, eating my fruits, my little snack. Let's get you guys your the water signs, their wisdom oracle. Okay. Okay, so water signs, you have Treasure Island. I love it. Number 9. So there's the water right there. And then we have Come to the Edge, middle of the deck, 36 breaking down to 9. So there goes some endings. And then we got Deep Knowing, 43 breaking down to 7. Spiritual, intuitive. That's what you guys are. So Treasure Island here just as I was telling with Pisces, Cancer, there's that ending. But Pisces is, you want to give, but you need to be, reserved, because you're making sure, am I giving myself? I don't want to give everything and literally get burned, because you've given yourself up. Uh, let people work to get to know you. Like during this time, you just being you, but not here they got this treasure chest, right? And I feel like water signs, see how he's in the middle of the water, this little tortoise. They have to work to get to know you. They have to work to get to you. Like, even though you are up and available, they got to come to you instead of you going to them. Kind of like with that Cancer, Taurus, how you guys give your heart out. You'll do that, especially for family. You'll the doers. The Cancers are the workers, right? But during this season, it's being a little more like not keeping it to yourself, but just being a little more reserved, and seeing who's going to really, who's going to be there for me, kind of just watching and seeing, because you're there for everybody else, water signs, but when stuff hits the fan, what are they doing? And it's not that you are doing it because you want somebody to do it in return, but it's like, okay, I am there for these amount of people. I am here for this. I show up for this. I show up for that. I'm going through something. Why I don't get the same thing, right? So I feel like just letting people, they have to work to come to you instead of you doing that for them. That's all. All right, water signs, that is what I have for you. Let's move on to Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Leo. Okay. I thought I'd be finished. No. Last time I did the Aries reading, I was out of here like in 2 hours, 17 minutes. Shoot. Okay, here we go. Leo, let's see what's going on for you guys. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Leo is the sun card in the tarot. Leo shines. Leo's the fixed sign of the air signs. So they can be slow to move as well. But these guys, like Taurus, like Cancer, like Pisces, they have their heart on the sleeve as well. They love to do for their families. They love to show up. They love to have fun. They could be the center of attention. They could be spicy with their mouths as well. I heard Leo men they're kind of like Aquarius, Scorpio, and Libra. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I never met a Leo man like that, so it's hard for me to gauge that. But the female Leos, they're not like that. They're loyal. So Leo's that loyalty. So I don't really see. I mean, the men may be different, but Leo women, they're loyal. And if you it takes a lot for a Leo to be like, yo, I'm done. Because Leos, that fixed energy, they'll stick it out. Like Cancer, they'll stick it out. But it's like they'll be like, damn, what took me so long? I should have did this a long time ago. Because Leos will stick it out. They're dedicated. Because they have a heart, you know what I mean? So it's like they'll just stick it out. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you for this Taurus season. All right. So you guys have screenshot. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go with the surveillancing. So we're going to end it off with surveillancing, I guess. Okay, getting evidence, proof, and facts. Middle of the deck, cock blocking. These cards are real spicy, guys. It's called What's the Tea? Anybody interested in, their readers? You guys, this deck is crazy. All right, and then we got cyberbullying, bottom of the deck. Mhm. So, what is going on now, Leo? Somebody's, if this is a Leo female, somebody's sending you cock pictures. I can't say the other word, but it's the same word. And no, it's not funny because this could be more of a like cyberbullying, but it could be like more like an SA kind of thing, right? We know what the SA stands for when we're talking about this type of stuff, like I just mentioned, cock. So it's just you screenshotting, maybe having to do like an order of protection. Jesus, what is going on? Capricorn, Gemini, and Leo. What? You just spun the block on what the actual F is going on here. It says you are being bullied online, or they has suffered from it. So yeah, this could be somebody that's doing like inappropriate pictures or things of that nature, or sending inappropriate words. Yeah, anything inappropriate that is along the line sexually, and you're just like, no, I'm not interested. Again, people just don't understand, like, what is wrong with rejection? Like, I don't get it. Like, there's some weird vindictive people out here, and it's just so sad and stupid and disgusting at the same time, because it's like, why would you have to go to this length of, like, when we say no means no means, it's like people don't understand, like, there's a borderline of flirtatiousness, and then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to be that, and then people like just don't understand, well, were you just being like that with me, and it's like, well, you're going too far with this. Like, when do you draw the line? Like, don't you see that does not doing anything for me? Like, I don't know. Let's clarify what this screenshot is, because now this got me tight. Like, we've been seeing too much of this right now. Like, what the hell? What in the actual hell with these people? Let me take a sip of coffee, because it's so annoying. So annoying. Okay. Try not to take it personal, but it's like, and my Venus is in Leo, my Mercury is in Leo, and my Saturn's in Leo. So Venus, love, like, I better not play those stupid games. Oh, you'll find out. You will find out. Block party. It's not just the summertime. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and see. Let's clarify what's the screenshot. This says getting evidence, getting proofs, getting facts. All right, Six of Wands here. Yeah, protecting the energy. Okay, that's clarifying that. You got Strength card in reverse. Middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is the Moon card. So that's that intuition here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, specifically Cancer, though, because Cancer is ruled by the Moon. Oh, yeah. So things will be all right here. Cancer, Leo. You could be like a borderline Leo, a Cancer Leo cusp. Okay. because with the Six of Wands here, that's like victory, victorious, people recognizing, like not taking no BS. The wands have to do with fire, so that's you showing up. That's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. All right, so that's you showing, yeah, being assertive. Like now you have to be assertive, because if this person is being assertive in a derogatory way, you need to be assertive in a positive way. And just keeping an account and not a dialogue, but keeping an account of this interaction, so that you're like, oh, I know I'm not tripping. Like, because you could be like, oh, at first it's like seems okay, and then it just starts to go a little like left. And screenshot it and keep that. Now that's where I would see you keeping like a log and screenshots and stuff like that, because you need to keep that as evidence. But as far as like creating accounts and surveillancing and stuff like that, like leave that for the birds. All right, let's clarify a little bit more. What's the Six of Wands? Yeah, I mean, but you got this, Leo. It's like, you know what to do. You just needed like some kind of confirmation, like, I know this person is not tripping. And here's the other thing, because we do have cock blocking here. Divination abuser right underneath this. Somebody could be trying to now here's the other thing. What is going on with people? Somebody is taking your picture. So say for instance, you're having these little romantic innuendos with somebody, you screenshot, yourself or whatever. Or not even so much your body. You could just be, screenshotting like your face or whatever. These people are using, that's why that likeness, you got to protect yourself, right? So they'll take that picture that you sent them, right, with the divination abuser here, and put that intention of, I don't want them to be with anybody else. I want them to be with me only. With that Six of Wands here, it's like, I only want them to be with me. They could be a fire sign too, just as yourself, or a Cancer, because they're intuitiveness. This person could be either he or she is a reader, or he or she goes to maybe goes to somebody that knows how to do the spell casting and things of that nature. Here we got Page of Wands here, clarifying the Temperance, middle of the deck. Okay, so we got Temperance, and then bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. Yeah, this is somebody that you're like, or you were intimate with, and you're like, nah, I'm not interested anymore. And now they're going out doing this little, they're going online. How do I put a spell on Leo so Leo doesn't go with anybody else? Because I like Leo, I want to be with Leo. But you're going about it the wrong way, whoever this is. Like, you don't bully somebody into liking you or loving you. But that's what they're doing. They're doing this, they're doing the cock blocking thing so that so you don't go with anybody else. Like, they can set their intention. They may not even have to go to a reader or to like a botanica or something like that. They don't have to go. They could just be like intentionally doing this. All right, we got the Page of Wands here, clarifying the Six of Wands. That's fire energy again. So you like know this. I think you're starting to realize this, or maybe you needed clarification, Leo, that somebody is doing this kind of weird stuff on you. So you now need to combat that with fire energy. Use your fire energy during this Taurus season to make sure that you're being assertive. You're putting up your guards. and blocking them, blocking their DICK pictures or their DIC pictures, right? Because, you know, again, like if you take that, then that they think, oh, well, she's into that, or he's into that, right? Or she's sending you, pictures, and it gets weird. Like it gets, because it's almost like, where do we draw the line to, well, I'm not interested, but then it's like, oh, but like some people are just emotionally immature and they don't get it. So Leo, it's just you gonna have to use your common sense here, use your discernment. Let's move on to your love department, because clearly somebody's infatuated with you. That's not even love, they're lusting. Because fire energy, the wands have to do with the DIC. It's sexual energy, Mars energy, passion. So, unless this is you, Leo. I don't think so. I think this is somebody else doing that with you. But they could be the same sign as you. They may have a fire sign in their Mars or in their Venus. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see. Jesus. Robinson's in the building. Salute, salute. I mean, focus. Isn't that bugged out? Wow. I mean, really. Sure. Let's see what's going on in the love department. One Leo. Because clearly this is about somebody here with this 2. And then we got, underneath that, we got the King of Wands. Wow. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody is really lusting over you, Leo. And it's somebody that you're not interested in, or you were and you're not interested in it anymore. I don't understand why people just don't know how to just take no for an answer. Like they don't get it, and then they'll try to be slick about it, and they'll still want to, it's time to play those games. All right, we got T's. See, that's what they want to do. They just want to have a sexual encounter with you. Then bottom of the deck is friendly support. Did I just say that they come off like, try to be friendly, and then things go a little faster, and then when you pump the brakes, oh my goodness, burning desire, real feelings, oh my goodness, all of this underneath this card. Underneath friendly support, you got burning desire, flames of passion ignite, and then you have real feelings. You share true romantic feelings worth exploring. No, they are feeling a certain kind of way, and they want to explore you, Leo. You are like, nah, I'm not really. Look at her face. I'm not really into you. And this could give what they call cross signals or missed signals. It's a weird sticky spot, because it's like, while you try to, I don't know, like in the beginning, maybe it's cool, you flirty or whatever, but there's something about them that you just like, maybe they're always like screenshotting your picture, or they're always sending you pictures of their private part, and you just like, all right already, like how many times, like it's not doing it for me, you know what I'm saying? But they I don't know, somebody's not getting the message. Or you're just not telling them that, and you maybe need to say that, like, it's cool, you don't have to send me that all the time. They definitely could have like a Leo, a Mars, or Aries, Aries in Venus, or Aries in Mars, where that's a lot of, Aries, from what I was reading, has like weird sexual fetishes and things of that nature. So this person could be getting off on doing that, sending you stuff, or it doesn't even have to be about them. They could be sending you like sexual memes or, sexual YouTube, I don't know, whatever. But they could be sending you that kind of stuff, and you're just like, listen, like that's turning me off because I'm not into that. Leo is romantic. Leo likes, yeah, they can, definitely get into the passion of things, but Leo likes the romance stuff. They like, a little wine and dining here, a little, sitting back, listening to some music, chilling. Like they're cool. They're not like hound dogs. You know what I mean? So as far as women, the men, I don't know. They could be hound dogs, but that's what I'm getting. Somebody's like a hound dog kind of energy. It's just like thirsty. They might not have ever met somebody as beautiful or as handsome as you, Leo, and they're just like thirsty. They're just thirsty. We have here clarifying this tease is separation in reverse. Missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. Middle of the deck is date. Setting a date online. Yeah, this could be like an online relationship. We got poker face here, not showing the hand, risk, options, taking a chance. So this could be just what it is. It's just like an online type of thing. It's not maybe physical, but it can be intimate and emotional because you have established like this kind of like rapport and relationship with this person, even though it's not physical. So relationship could happen online too. We know this. And the more that you talk to a person, the more they get to know you. So this, this could be a back and forth going on where you guys are sending stuff to each other, whatever. But Leo, you're probably like, all right, like, I'm good. Like you're doing too much, right? Because we know when somebody's thirsty, like, and then it just puts it, unless you like that kind of stuff, unless you like all that type of attention, then okay. But there's some Leo in here, maybe one or two, that are not feeling that, and they don't like it. It's getting annoying, and they want to just like separate out of that. Clarifying this tease. It's like, I'm good with all that. What you trying to do? What you trying to send me? So, all right, Leo, that's your message. That's what I have for you. What? Tease me tonight. Didn't I sing that song? I think I was singing it for, I don't know, whoever it was. All right, let's move on to Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising into Venus. Sag is the mutable of the fire signs. I call them my peculiar little creatures, kind of like Aquarius, because they are a little weird, but sweethearts. Sagittarius, they can take flight at any time. They like to shake and move as well. They are they could be the live of the party, and then they could just be like, I'm dipping out, and nobody knows, and be like, what happened to Sag? Sag is like, next day, like, oh, well, how was the party? Like, what happened to you while we were waiting? Sag was like, I'm out of here. And then they could just be reserved and be quiet. Like I said, kind of like an Aquarius. They just, stay chill and stay, to themselves. Lotus. It went left. It's been going left and right all day. The whole reading, the whole 2 hours. Hey. Just ear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Sagittarius reading. Message. Turn the lights down low. I'll shuffle these cards a little bit. Hold on, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I want to make sweet love. Baby, tease me tonight. Okay, let's see. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's the message? Okay. So you have here too busy winning. Ooh, Sag, you turn this around. Thank you. Because what? Inside scoop, middle of the deck. Doing some day trading, and you got wasting time here. Oh, I thought it said stock. Stuck, no changes, limited, bottom of the deck. So, upping your business. This is why you're winning. Okay, too busy winning. You don't have time to be wasting. You don't have time to be wasting. You're out here shaking and moving, doing some things, some big things. People could be recognizing the work that you've been putting in. I feel like you're just not interested in other things around you at the moment, which is fine. You're narrowing in on what it is that you do, whether this is work, could be sports. I'm getting perfectionism, so I know that's not a word. A perfectionist. What else? But I saw stock here, like in my mind's eye, I was seeing stock. So you could be getting some type of inside scoop with that. Day trading and things of that nature. Salute to Texas, my new little godson. He calls me godmother. So cute, so sweet. And we were talking about that about a couple of weeks ago for the OGs panel about stock market. And even though things are low right now, it's a good time to try to get something going with while the market is kind of like weird, because it will pick up again. Okay, so your card to clarify this too busy winning is the Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Look, you showed up right there. Fire energy. The wands are fire. Middle of the deck is Temperance. Oh, and disclaimer, my little psychic abilities doesn't work on winning lottery and stocks and stuff like that. That don't work that way. Any numerologist, astrologer, tarot reader, doesn't work that way. So bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, man. This is the work that you've been doing. It's finally paying off, Sag. People are recognizing this. I feel like you went into hermit mode for a while and you just been putting this work in. The Six of Swords, you might have had to remove yourself, because the Six of Swords is that energy of moving away from chaos and toxicity. So, and going into like calmer waters, going into places where you're being seen, it's calmer over there. Finally being recognized. You might have had to move at a distance, or move out of home, move away from home, move away from family, or move away from certain friends. Could be a relationship, whatever it is. You have finally made some strides, and you're just too busy winning to sit back and waste time with anybody, anything, any place anymore. Okay, let's clarify that a little bit more with the Six of Swords here. The six has to do with reciprocity, things coming in and out. We'll take, with doing what you've been doing, like whether it be with work or sports. You could be an athlete or wanting to be an athlete. This could be somebody, the Knights has to do with like a young, older teenage to young adult. So, you're, whatever sport it is that you're doing, there's somebody or there's a group of people that are finally seeing, how well you do with whatever sport it is that you do. If not, this, just could be about work. It could be about relationship, people seeing you now like, oh, you're the prize, but again, be careful, because I think it was Taurus or Aquarius that, they, people are looking at them like, oh, so you got a little something. You got a little something going on. You got some money. They see your shine, and people are finally recognizing that. Could be, female or male that's seeing, oh, we see what Sagittarius is about now. Oh, we like that. This could be about a relationship, but I'm getting more so with work you know, things of that nature. All right, let's clarify. What is this Knight and 6? But it's definitely something that you're passionate about too, Sag, with that Knight of Wands. The wands have to do with passion, and it could be about sexual relations. So moving away from one thing, going into another. Okay. You got the Knight of Wands again. Clarifying the Knight of Wands and clarifying the 6 of Swords. Show. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups. So family. You could be, like I said, leaving family, moving out of a family home. What's underneath this? The Justice card, okay? Yeah, and this could be, like I said, it's a family member. You could be a young adult moving out on your own now, leaving your family home. So, you know, saving up enough money to do that. Or families really seeing you now for, you know, for who you are, you know, your work ethics, or this is an employer that sees your work ethics, that sees how passionate you are about your job, or somebody seeing how passionate you are about, like I said, the sports that you play, or the work that you do. Maybe not so much like job wise, but it could be like something on the side, career. But it has to do with finance. I'm getting more finances here. Or the stocks, yeah, like looking into whatever. I'm not one of those type of financial gurus, so I don't know too much about that stuff, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like just looking into this stuff. The Queen of Cups, that was just out, so I'm not sure if this could apply to you, but this is water energy. So yeah, some of you could be leaving your mother's house. And this could be happening in July. Or Cancer season, which could be the end of June going into the middle of July. All right, let's see what's going on in the love department. What's going on in the love department for Sagittarius? Focus. You guys are last. The Aries is last because you guys had your birthday a couple of days ago. All right, so you got unrequited love here. Yeah, I didn't think this had to really do with a relationship. It's possible that you moved out of this relationship. People are now they're seeing your worth. They didn't realize it when you were there. That's usually the case. Middle of the deck is time apart, in reverse, and bottom of the deck is release your ex. Yeah, out of here. People are out of here. We're done. So it's time for you to make some moves, make some strides. Or you've always been this type of person. They just didn't see it. They didn't see it. What else with this unrequited love? It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. See? So it doesn't matter how attractive, how good, you know, the in bed stuff is. Right? It's not holding me down. You have this passion and desire, but it's not for a person. It's more, I mean, it is. It's for you. It's not for another person, though. All right, what else? Let's see. Let's clarify what is this unrequited love. Yeah, they see you shine now. They see you shining now. You blew it. You blew it. This could be another fire sign like yourself, Sag. Poker face. Bottom of the deck is passion. Yeah, no passion there. Like, it's not holding weight. So we got poker face here, taking a chance, risk and options, not showing the hand, gambling. Because Sag, I think the risk is what you're willing to take is about money right now. I don't really think it has to do with relationship. I think you're trying to get yourself together. Now, if this is somebody that's moving out of their family's home and they're starting off, it's like you're just happy about being out of mom and dad's home, right? Or grandma's home, whoever you're living with. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a young adult. This could be an older adult that, because when you're always at home, you're still like child, even though you're an adult. At least that was what was going on with my grandmother. I'm an adult with 2 kids at the house, and she's still like, you're the baby, and those are my babies, and what I say. And I'm like, whoa, grandma, I'm their mother. You relax, Leo. So, you're just more focused, like, listen, I'm finally getting out on my own. Or, you may have to have come back home to the family, and then, things have happened. Maybe money-wise, things weren't happening for you. You had to come back home. And so now you have the opportunity to leave and be out on your own. And so a relationship is just like not in the cards, literally right now for you. You're just like, I'm working on myself and taking this risk as far as, like, that's what I'm saying, like with stocks, or maybe you might want to do gambling. I don't know, whatever that looks like for you, but that's where the risk is coming in, not so much risking it all for anybody else. All right, Sag, that's what I have for you. That is your message for Taurus season. Let's move on to the last of the fire signs: Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries is the cardinal of the fire signs. So that's leadership, that's taking charge. I don't necessarily think Aries is stubborn in that regard, like the other cardinals would be. Aries, I think, is a little more flexible than, like, say, Capricorn or Libra, and maybe even Cancer, because those are the cardinals. So Aries could be a little flexible in some ways in regards to relationships and career and things of that nature. I've been hearing murmurs about on the street with Aries, and I'm just like, oh, really, Aries? Aries is not overt, but they be doing some stuff that is like, what? Okay. All right. Aries, let's get your banner up here. March 21st. Yeah, there you go. Lotus. Like, seriously? Very messy. I don't know what possessed me to bring this deck out, but I'll show you what it looks like. Where is it? It is really messy. So I was like, let's challenge ourselves, shall we? It's called What's the Tea? What's the tea? And it is like, look, the deck, the covering is so unassuming. Oh, it's so pretty. It's a little tea. No, these cards in here are monstrous. But I was like, let me challenge myself today. I haven't used this deck, I think, at all in a live. So I don't know if I'll be bringing them back out again. Because it's like, what in the world? Okay. Aries, let's get your reading, and then we are done with all of the signs for Taurus season. I thank everybody for sticking around and being here for the past 3 hours. I try to make these go fast, but it's messy out here. So we got to talk. Okay. Aries, let's see what's going on for you in Taurus season. That's too many. How many is that? We'll take it. Okay. So you have here Love on the Brain. What? And Haunted. So love on the brain says dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. And then we got haunted, memories, flashbacks. So there goes the Halloween. We got dirty offer, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is cock blocking. Did I not shuffle these cards right? What is underneath this? Wolves in sheep's clothing. Okay, all right. That's what it is. Okay, so let me take a sip of coffee for this. I feel like Aries is going to be entertaining and interesting at the same time. So this could, if this is not you, Aries, this is somebody that is feeling this way with you. They have love on the brain. You haunt them in their sleep. They dream about you. They think about you. If this is a man, this Aries man, there could be a female that's thinking about you, thinking about the good old, you know what? I can't keep saying that word. The lower region, the nether region. But yeah, somebody has these fantasies about you, and not only just sexual, they also have they think about the maybe potential, not potential, the possibility rather, not the potential, the possibility of you being together, Aries. But this could be more sexual. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, somebody's having flashbacks, fantasizing and daydreaming about the nether regions. Okay, Aries, if this is an Aries female, you too, you could put it on somebody and they were like, whew, that Aries, boy, oh boy. Okay, let's clarify a little bit more. Let's see what's going on here. What? Traveling? Yeah, somebody might travel to. They may astral travel in their dream. I don't know. It's weird, but go with it, Aries. Just listen. But then there's two energies. The one energy is you. I don't know. This could be you feeling this way about somebody, but I feel this is the opposite. So cross watcher. And you're just like not really interested. I feel like like not interested in that regard. Like I feel like they have more like passion towards you than you do towards them, but it's not like you don't like them or you don't um think about them, but I feel like this person thinks a little bit more about you than you do them. And they or this could be you thinking on a sexual level. It could be somebody wants to have more of the intimate romance part, and Aries, you're just giving them the lower chakra, the nether regions. Because here we got wolf in sheep's clothing under that blocking, and then we got ignoring here underneath the wolf, and then we got creeping. So yeah, I mean, it could be just kind of like a once in a while type thing with this person that that you deal with. And they might be catching feelings where they're like, oh, they got love on the brain. They're mistaking the relationship. They're mistaking whatever relationship you're having with this person for, oh, would it be nice? That's what I'm saying. They're dreaming about the possibility, and you just not doing that. All right, Aries. I don't know what's going on with you. They're very interesting. My Lotus, that's why I got it, because I was like, oh, I like that. The pettiness. I like the pettiness about it. But it's a little too, it's like, what? It's getting a little personal over here with some of the Leo, Cancer, like Taurus. All right, so what do we have? Let's clarify. Love on the brain. the Hierophant. All right. So yeah, somebody wants a traditional type relationship with you, Aries, or you may want that. We got Lovers here in reverse. They don't want just that type of loving. They want, and they don't want that sexual type of loving. They want like real intimacy, the real traditional relationship. Um, Bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles. And not third party. This could be a very casual thing, and either you don't want it casual or they don't want it casual. I don't know. You figure it out how it fits for you. You could be dealing with a Taurus. Okay. Or you have like a Taurus moon or Taurus Venus. Where you want to have more emotions to it than just, like I said, the root chakra, the lower part of the body. Okay. Oh boy. All right. It's possible that you don't want to engage with this person like emotionally because you've been through some things, Aries. Like you've been through some situationship, but I feel like this is a situationship too. Yeah, Two of Wands. I don't know. You might be thinking about maybe committing with this ace here. Yeah, it's possible. But again, this is like there could be a new person coming in for you that you will then see, okay, it's not just sexual. Like you might want the traditional relationship with this new person that's coming in. And then you got the Hangman right here. Yeah, so this is like a spiritual, this could be the soulmate relationship that you've been waiting for, hanging on for. Pisces energy here. And underneath that is the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, you've been waiting. Okay. So this person that you're dealing with is kind of just like a fill-in. Oh, yikes. But it is what it is. Let's clarify this Hierophant. Let's see. Okay. So six of swords here. Middle of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, another beginning here, another ace. And the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's that decision. There's the decision. All right. So clarifying this Hierophant is the Six of Swords. So moving away. Yeah, you just don't see anything with whoever or whatever you're dealing with, or if you're not in a relationship, you're just like, I don't, and you have been in relationships that just aren't doing it for you. There isn't really this soul connection. It's always just more of a lust kind of thing. You're waiting your time out for that. I don't want to say true love, but you're waiting for that connection that works for you. That checks off all the marks for you, where it's physical, emotional, sexual, spiritual. It's not just 2 out of the 5 or 3 out of, like you want almost all those boxes checked off. And I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, if you're dealing with somebody, I feel like you just like kind of like have this person as a string along. Or you're just, never mind, Aries. I don't know what you're doing no more. Everybody's doing something cuckoo right now. Okay, let's go into your love department. Because clearly this is about love or romance. Ooh, okay. Guided steps to great love. All right, there you go. See, something's coming in for you. Got fearless love, new love. Guys, see, middle of the deck. Did I not just say you guys are getting a new love? Somebody coming in. And healing family issues, bottom of the deck. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Sure, it does. Why? Because your parents are what you saw as your models, whether it be role models or just models of what a relationship looks like or what you don't want it to be, right? So healing those and just kind of, not kind of, but getting to a point where you can forgive mom and dad for whatever issues that you all had, to where you can let all that go and move graciously into a relationship where you're not carrying those burdens around of your childhood, but you are now embracing, and you can then have this relationship with somebody here. Okay, guided steps. It's all step by step. Follow your path to ascension. So yeah, there's that. When I saw the aces, that's letting me know that this is spiritually connected. Source, most high, is bringing you somebody that is on your level, where they've been through some things, they've been going through a healing process. I'm not saying everybody's going to be completely healed. We're always growing, but there's a level to this, and you'll be seeing somebody coming along with that. All right, so clarifying this part, this great love, is the sunglasses. So sunglasses says watching, looking, stalking. Ugh. We got mirror here, middle of the deck, and bottom of the deck is the butterfly. Next phase, evolving and growing, healing your inner child and releasing the past. See, I just said that. I said it. So letting these old wounds kind of just go by this wayside, and you forgive that, forgive yourself, and you just keep moving on. Like, if you stay stagnant and holding back this resentment, it's gonna jade you from moving forward in a relationship with somebody else. So the sunglasses here, I don't know if you know this person. You may not. This person could just like be seeing you on their radar, or maybe you have like some kind of rapport with this new person, Aries, and it's not even in your head to think that this person could be in a relationship with you. But look out, because this is coming soon. What else? Is that it? Yep, that's it. That's what I have for you, Aries. All right, look out for somebody coming through for you guys. All right, let's get you all your wisdom oracle for the fire signs. True, Lotus. And then right, it does sound, a lot of these today were like sounding like backstories for, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, but it ended out right. I'll say that. Aries left us entertained and in awe, like, oh, sweet new love, because everybody else was like, what? Wild stories going on, sad stories, scandalous stories. Like, sheesh. Okay. All right, let's get one more shuffle for the fire signs. All right, let's go. All right, so what do we have for Leo, Sag, and Aries? Oh, okay, that was it. All right, you have the Fate. I like that. You have the Fate here, 17, breaking down to 8. So there's that karmic energy being released. Was destined for you, destined for you. Aries, what's meant for you is meant for you. I know it's cliche, but here, there's the card is showing you that. We got serendipity, middle of the deck, number 9. That's endings. And message in the bottle. 15, breaking down to 6. So there goes that reciprocity kicking in. So fire signs, if you out in the open, you know what's cute, and this may be Leo. Leo may do this because they're kind of they like that romantic thing. Looking up in the star and doing like this meditation and saying, you know, if you twinkle, let me know. Twinkle 1 for, is this my person? Twinkle 2 if this is not. Like something silly and cute like that. So that might be a thing for Leo is what I picked up. And also just being out in the elements. I feel like fire signs, if you're out in the elements, you kind of get more confirmation about what I'm talking about by seeing these things. Like, you know, could be a dragonfly. That's a spiritual, those are spirit creatures, insects, bugs, right? So Leo and Aries, those will be your confirmations, because that's like spiritually, this person or people are being brought to you like on more of a higher level, a soulmate connection, if you will. But this is positive too, because like I feel like whatever the karmic, you know, with that 8, the karmic cycle is it had to happen so that new beginnings can start. And this during Taurus season is your new beginning. Message in the bottle. Somebody, yeah, I don't know who was it, Leo. But anyway, there's messages, confirmation. It doesn't necessarily have to be like through an email or a text message, but being outside, like you'll get these little hits, and those are your spiritual messages confirming, oh, okay, now I get, you know, what my reading was about, and that's confirmation. It's just little things like that, and know that it's fated, it's destined for these things to happen to you. Sagittarius, putting in that work. Again, this is your destiny. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And now people are recognizing you with that star card there. They're finally recognizing you. All right. Okie dokie. That is your message, everyone. Thank you again. I'll check mine. Yes, please do. That is all of the messages that I have for you guys. I have to fix my calendar, but the last day of personal readings will be on May 29th. And there's like a day or two in May that I'm not available to do private readings. And then after the private readings, once the calendar is closed, May 29th, that's it. That's it. Until further notice, but I think I will open up the calendar back in the fall to do personal readings. Okie dokie. All right, y'all. Thank you so much again. My Lotus extraordinaire, moderator extraordinaire. Thank you for holding me down. And everybody else that came through. There was a lot of you all today, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Don't forget to share this out to whoever may be interested in these kind of things. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side.